Struggling. Hello, how are you? See if we can see. If you can see us, say hello. The internet is acting weird again. And I'm hoping it doesn't keep doing this all night because we've had internet problems this week several times already. Looks like we're good over here.
Maybe it's time. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the ranch. That's how you gotta introduce it. You can't be coming in all soft.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
I got like groceries laying over there. I can't keep.
What's going on, everybody? So glad everybody's in here. Give us that 5x5. Give us that howdy do. Give us that something else. I wish I had some other rhyme.
And Dale said her internet's acting weird too. Hey, Lori, how are you? LG Homestead's in here, and Dale Homestead. Mr. Gary, what's up? Jackie Saylor, how are you, little miss? Hopefully you're doing well. I know you had surgery, I think. Jesse's girl at Lazy Days Ahead. Let's see. We've got Broke Cowgirls in here. Emma's in here. Abigail's in here. Rambling with the Brooms. What's up? Gardening Warrior Q. How are you? Let's see. Just see who else is in here.
You say hiking with Jackie Boy?
I did not. Hello.
What's going on?
Lazy Days Ahead.
Mr. Jesse.
Jesse, how are you?
So glad you're in here.
Yeah.
Nice what is everybody doing tonight for dinner? That's my question, because tonight Monica made one of my favorite dinners all time. Anytime you ever want to have me over for dinner, which, by the way, if you want to invite me over, I'm happy to come. Just make some breakfast dinner. Brenner. And I'm on my way. Brunch, Brenner, it don't matter. If it's got bacon, it's got eggs, it's got biscuits or sausage and gravy, count me in.
Look, Q said, golly geez, it's been a hot minute since I've been able to catch y'all live. I think Eric's eyelashes have gotten thicker. He was in there painting his eyelashes, getting ready for the show. That's what somebody was saying earlier. I think it was Jesse, or when it was Rambling with the Brooms.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how long it's been since
it was Gwen that said you were curling your eyelashes again.
Yeah. I do got some eyelashes though.
10 days post-op, and you're doing well, right? Hopefully you are. Hopefully you're feeling better.
So Jesse says that he's had shredded chicken, soft shelled tacos. Can't go wrong with that.
Nice.
I'll tell you what, when I'm doing tacos and stuff like that, my favorite is to put some refried beans on that flour tortilla and then put the crunchy taco in there and then fill that bad boy with meat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Emma said she made spaghetti squash, chicken Alfredo. Yum. I like spaghetti squash. We do those zucchini noodles instead, I think, more than anything else we've done. I think that's one of the things. Eric doesn't mind eating zucchini noodles. We like the zoodles.
I like some zoodles.
We can do the zoodles, zucchini noodles. The spaghetti squash, I don't think he really loved too much. Although I do want to grow some of that this year. I have spaghetti squash.
I mean, I don't dislike it. I just
seeds, so
have other things that I like better.
Q said she made a sheet pan dinner of chicken thighs, rice broccoli, and cauliflower smothered with homemade garlic Alfredo. Sounds like it was an Alfredo type of night.
And I don't even know if I've ever actually eaten Alfredo sauce.
I've made it.
That's the white sauce, right?
Yeah.
I don't usually eat it.
You don't.
We got
usually make it with pasta.
We got Mr. Heath from Frontier Survival in here. Welcome. Appreciate you making it in. Appreciate that. We're talking about what we ate for dinner.
Oh, Jackie said she had her first food today, mashed potatoes and gravy. Good job, girl.
I got sausage gravy. Is that what I'm calling that?
Yeah, it's sausage gravy.
Sausage gravy and biscuits. My lady be cooking tonight.
And Brooke Cowgirl said we had breakfast for supper quite often. Pancakes and eggs and bacon or sausage, biscuits, gravy, breakfast burritos, pancakes, whatever, all that. That's awesome. Oh, yeah. Well, I was featuring Lisa's new batch of salsa that Monica wanted to make. We even mentioned her in a video. Yes, I actually saw you put that video out today. And I think it was today or maybe it was yesterday. Yeah, I actually put that in my watch later so that I can watch it tonight. I was really excited about watching that this evening once I got into bed because I need to make salsa out of my stuff. Emma said, surprisingly, Caleb loved the spaghetti squash when I make it that way. Very nice. I like it. I think I just took it down and put it up. Let's see.
Yeah, man. Oh, you can't go wrong with some fresh biscuits. What can I say? I love Monica's biscuits.
Eric,
What?
And Dale said, stir-fried chicken, asparagus, cranberry sauce. Very good.
Man.
Thank you, Jesse, for putting all those links up. Yeah, and Lori said, don't talk with food in mouth. I agree. I cannot stand when people open their mouth while they're eating or when they talk with food in their mouth. I do not like it. Whenever he does videos, I will not watch him eat on videos because I cannot do it when he's like, tastes good. And he's not trying to like smack his mouth open, but he does it because he's trying to give you the essence of like, hey, it's really good. Great job. I really like what I'm eating. I can't do it. I can't do it. I love my husband so much. I will watch a video one time and then I'm done. LG said you need chocolate gravy. He can't talk right now. Q said we finished our sausage gravy and biscuits last night. There you go. Oh, Gwen said I made 2 homemade pizzas tonight all day. Thought it was Friday. So I went ahead with pizza after it dawned on me that it wasn't.
Dude, you want to talk about some pizza?
We had pizza last Saturday.
And what was your specialty pizza? Tell them that.
I don't know.
The one with the
Dave.
basil.
Oh, yeah. Just sliced tomato and basil. It was super good. With a little bit of garlic and pepper
Fresh
on top.
basil.
Fresh basil. Hey, Kevin. Kevin, Hiking with Jackie Boy, went over to Facebook now. And so he's on there as that. Yeah. Abigail says, and this is one of my favorite sayings, chomping loudly deserves a fist to the face. Yes, it does. Chomping loudly deserves violence is actually what it deserves. Yay. Gwen is done canning tomatoes. 68 quarts. What? Man. Oh, Jeannie wants to know what's for dinner. He just told everybody.
I'll tell you again.
But he's going to tell you again because he's very happy with it.
Sausage and gravy.
Biscuits.
On Monica's
Sausage
biscuits.
And gravy.
Oh, man.
You're making a mess.
Oh, man.
I made biscuits and gravy, sausage and gravy, biscuits, and then scrambled eggs, duck eggs, big fluffy scrambled eggs. And then we made hash browns in the air fryer too, because why not?
So let me tell you something. On Saturday, this has been kind of our jam. Elijah
Jackie,
and
I hope you fart soon. She's got belly pain. She needs to toot. She needs to get toot scooting. That's what you need to do after surgery when you start feeling belly pain like that. You need to fart.
That sounds pretty scientific.
It is. That's what they tell you. The nurse will come in and say you need to toot. My girls do my taste testing. It will sit there and make smacking and slurping ugh, and I'm like, ugh, no, that's gross. Hey, Sevenkin Homestead, how are you guys?
What's going on?
They are guests for tonight, so they'll be in here soon enough.
And look at that nice logo.
I know, isn't it nice?
The number 7 of completion.
And Dale says, I was raised in a house full of females. Smacking your food and scraping your teeth on the fork will get you corporal punishment. See?
That's why she's so fancy.
She is fancy. That's why.
Yeah.
It was a lady's house. I just made sausage, potato, and egg burritos. Ooh, sounds like it was a Brenner night, too. We get Alfredo and Brenner as the winners for this evening, I think.
Well, I was going to say...
Or you could burp. Yes, Jackie. Burping is fine, but it's not as funny.
What is Heath saying here about biscuits?
He says, when we make biscuits and gravy, we like to smash up over easy egg on top. I bet you that would have been delicious.
That would have been good.
I didn't have any. I had a biscuit with a little bit of jelly on it. I was going to pull out my plum jelly, but I wanted to use up what we had in the fridge. So we just used some store-bought stuff. And so I had a biscuit with some butter and jelly. And then I took my gravy and my eggs and I just ate them together. So I kind of like took a bite for bite. Like I just put both of them on the spoon and ate them together. It was really
Some
good.
things are good comboed together,
So,
you know?
Yeah, that was good.
So I was going to say was on Saturdays, it's been... Thank you, Jesse.
You're nice, Jesse. Thank you for that tidbit.
It's going to be one of those nights, I have a feeling. Anyway, I was going to say that Elijah and I have had this thing on Saturday where we've been making our omelets. So normally my routine is on Saturday morning, I like to wake up early, spend some time reading the Bible, get myself situated, getting ready for the day. And then Elijah seems to be the one that has been kind of up a little earlier than most.
He's an early bird, yeah.
So we've been doing this omelet thing, and we've been putting our own, everything is our own in the omelets. And so this past weekend, I don't remember what it was. I was going to add something to it. And he stopped me. He's like, Dad, if you put that in there, then everything in the omelet is not from the farm.
Yep, that's true.
Because Monica had made some bacon. And then the eggs, of course, green peppers, onions.
All of that was from the farm.
Tomatoes. Everything was from the farm.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so then I felt guilty.
Yeah.
I wanted to be like, bro, I just want to eat what I want to eat. Leave me alone.
Well, you put cheese in it, so in the end, it wasn't all from the farm anyway. You screwed it up. Sorry.
See?
Hey, Ryan, Heavenly Hills Homestead. So Gwen said the first time my brother brought his fiance to the house to eat supper, she licked the ketchup bottle. We all about died.
What?
Could you imagine?
Wait, who licked it?
Gwen said her brother's fiance licked the bottle.
That's, man.
I love it.
Do you?
Oh, that's hilarious. It's disgusting.
If one of our kids brought somebody home and they licked the ketchup bottle,
oh, I would be like, oh. And then when they left, I'd be like, no. I'd be like, don't bring her back here.
Yeah, who is this person? She's an animal.
Oh, and like Jesse said, I'm not even from the Windy City. He knows all that stuff about tooting. Oh my gosh. Oh, Ryan's in here. I said hello to Ryan. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, hey, Miss Denise, how are you? Oh, that was long before the days of squeeze bottle ketchup, though. It
Doesn't matter?
But still, I mean, like, okay, look, when I'm next door at my in-laws, if the kids make a mess of the like squeeze ketchup bottles, I usually take a new paper towel or napkin and I wipe it off.
There you go.
I have been known to take my finger and grab like just to get it off of there, and then I take a paper towel and follow it. If I feel like it's getting ready to fall off or it's kind of gross, I will, but I try not to use my hands. I try to just use the paper towel or napkin.
Yeah.
But so my friend, they don't watch this. So my friend had a friend that her daughter brought her boyfriend.
You might as well just put names out there.
No, I won't. So I had a friend.
Put the name out there. Don't be afraid.
No. I had a friend who brought her daughter brought her soon to be, or maybe they were already married at the time, but the husband, they did not like this husband and the husband did not like them. They're just not.
Wait,
nice
they were already married, you're saying?
I don't know if they were already married or if they were fiancés at this point, but there was already some animosity. And when he took the ketchup bottle, I'm not using names, don't worry. He took the ketchup bottle and he went to like put the cap down. And when he did, he went and he smacked it against his like mouth area. Like, so he like popped it really loud, like on his face, like by his mouth. And my friend was like, ew, what? So she made a face of her. She was like, huh? And I guess he saw her face, and my friend wears all of her emotions on her face. And so he did it again. And she was like, so she told somebody else said something and spoke up, and he kept doing it the whole time. Like every time he would like open up to use it, he would go and like use his face to shut it, not like popping it with your hands. And she said, why is he putting the ketchup bottle so close to his mouth? Like, please don't. And it made me laugh. I felt so bad. Look, Gwen says she's still in the family. Oh, but no, I was like, oh my gosh, that's awful. She's like, I know. It's just one more reason I don't like them. Started laughing.
I don't understand.
So bad. Oh,
I mean,
Killam Farms is in here. Hey guys.
That's not like, I don't know. That's just like poor manners.
It was really poor manners.
What were they, born on a farm or something?
I don't think being born on a farm has anything to do with manners. Look at Bar Run Forge. Isn't he a family generational farmer? He has good manners, right?
Well, we don't know.
Hey, Troy, how are you?
Is he the guy that's smacking the ketchup bottle against his cheek?
Definitely not.
Okay. While everybody's here, give me just a second. I'll mute you for a second. I need to know who this is. Who is this? Okay.
He didn't even know who I was talking about.
No, I didn't know who she was talking about. But now that I know who it is, I know exactly the dude that you're referring to. Oh, my goodness.
And he's like the worst.
Oh, dude.
Hey, thanks for coming in, Troy. We appreciate you.
Okay,
I'm sure you're busy. I know Farm is busy right now.
So that's the thing. Like this story that she's telling, this is not like, I don't know what you would say, like a well-groomed person. Mm-hmm. So if it's somebody that kind of grosses you out already and they're taking the ketchup bottle and
like smacking it by their mouth,
or like Gwen is saying,
Gwen says it's her favorite sister-in-law too.
Okay, so were they doing it to be funny? That's the question.
And this is exactly what Q's saying. I bet after the first time got a reaction, he kept on actively ignoring Saul's negative behaviors. So I think that was the problem. Is my friend has like no filter right here, so she was like, and then I think somebody mentioned it, so he just kept on and doing it. And when she explained it to me, she was like making the laugh, and I was like, I'm so sorry, friend. And she was like, yeah, I wanted to smack him, and I was like.
That's.
And I don't think they were married yet because I think we were actively praying that maybe they would break up.
It doesn't matter.
Hey, Regina.
It doesn't matter. That's just weird. I don't care. That's just bad behavior.
Generated farm, but I'm not sure about the manners. See, he was born on a farm. He did grow up on a farm.
Yeah.
I'm sure he does have manners.
You think?
I think he has manners.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're.
Jesse says it's called refined. Get it right, Jethro. Refined, yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Wait, let's see. Did we miss anybody up here?
Did we miss anybody coming in or out?
I'm looking to see.
If you have come and gone and left already, make sure you let us know so we can.
If you've come and gone and left everybody,
Yeah.
left already.
And
I'm
shout
looking
you
to see
out.
if we've missed anybody. I want to make sure we don't miss anybody.
Have we missed you?
Wait, somebody said. Hey,
What are you looking for?
Somebody said, "Hey,
What?
I'm looking to see who else we're missing." Okay, all right, we're good. I think.
What is? Have you ever had an awkward moment like that? Like somebody. I think one of
You
the.
mean like the one time when I was at your house and we had first started dating and you took a phone call at the dinner table and you took the. Yeah, hey, I was gonna say Johnny from Gillum Farms. Did I say hi to Desert Goat? How are you? So he took a phone call, Eric did, and this was back in the day with the coiled, like the phone cords, right? The coils, you take it off the wall.
Yeah.
And he took a phone call. Who knows what's from? Probably from another girl. I don't know. I don't think we're actually dating. I think we were friends at the time.
Yeah, it's none of your business who it was because we weren't married or anything.
Actually, is my business, but
It's not.
Not
It was
gonna worry
pre.
about
It was
that.
pre.
Hey, Brian, Vineyard Farmhouse, how are you? So anyway, he took oh, we're jamming up. Oh, our internet's getting weird. He took the phone cord and like ran it across his brother's face. And it was like in his brother's face as he was trying to like eat. And his brother was so upset. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what are we doing here? And he knew what he was doing. And he was just being annoying just to mess with his brother. And I was like, this is awkward. I don't know what to do. Because I felt bad for his brother because his brother was like a teenager. And he's like getting like messed with by his older brother in front of a guest. I was a guest at the time. And I was like,
You
oh my
weren't really a
gosh.
guest.
At that point, I still was. This was like early in our friendship. Yeah, no, I was still a guest at that point.
Yeah.
And I felt so bad for Jason because he was like, man, and he was really getting upset and you were just like banging it up against his face. And yeah.
Didn't somebody squirt milk out of their nose when that happened?
I think that ended up milk coming out of his nose. Yes. I remember.
Because it was
something like
funny.
that.
See, he had a good time.
No, it wasn't funny. It was funny, but I felt so bad for him. Hey, Drops, how are you? Yeah, slap down. That's what he needed to get is a slap down.
You know, I think one of the most awkward moments that I had was when I went over to Jim's house. And this is when I saw this friend of mine. He's been on our lives before.
Mhm.
He's
Buff,
been in
right?
some of
Jim, Uncle Ben.
our videos and
Yeah.
stuff. He was a bachelor, and I went over to his condo, and this old boy was cutting his hair in the kitchen sink. Yeah,
I got perms in the kitchen sink.
that
growing up,
was
so that
weird.
wasn't
And then
to
he
me.
was like, "You want something to eat?" I'm like, "No, I don't want something to eat."
Hey, that's where you do it.
No,
some
it's
people-
not where you do
I
it.
used to get perms in the kitchen sink. First time I was ever taken home to eat with my new husband's family, my father-in-law had harvested a wild turkey and barbecued it. It was very good until I got the grasshopper leg stuck in my throat. That's fantastic. Hey, $2 Bees and Garden, how are you? And then we've got Naked Gardeners in here. What's up? So, Sydney, did you see the message I sent you earlier today?
I did. I meant
Sydney
to.
got into an accident today.
Yeah. Do you think
That's pretty rough.
you think he's coming in here just to get some attention?
Does he think he's milking it?
Probably.
I think so.
Did you see the picture of him though? He doesn't look like himself. It looks like he let himself go.
I don't know that was him in the pictures. Did you see pictures? I don't think there was anybody in pictures that was him. Was it another person? It wasn't him. Eric, it wasn't Sydney that she posted pictures of.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
We got to check it out.
I will listen to in the pinstripe. I'm sure my back.
Hold on, let me show you.
First up in the pinstriped, but I'm sure my back will start hurting soon.
Yeah, look at him.
That is not Sydney in the picture. Oh my gosh, that's awful. Look, he said, "Oh wow," and if that could be her, and she's probably like, Tori's like, "No way, dude." That's so rude. You can't gracefully dig a grasshopper leg out of your throat. Haha. I bet that would have been so bad. I bet she was like, her new in-laws.
You gotta just push it down at that point in time. You
How do
gotta
swallow that.
You just gotta get.
She's like doing like this.
You get some water.
She's so tiny too. She's probably like super, super tiny. You could see the actual grasshopper leg in her throat because she's so tiny. Like you wouldn't see that in my throat. You would just be all covered up. She's like, you see the little leg.
Wait, who are we talking about?
Gwen, the grasshopper leg out of her throat
Wait,
from the turkey thing. I'm thinking about that now because I just jumped back into her comment. That's what I put in there. And no, you're making fun of the naked gardeners. You're making fun of Sydney. I ain't having it. My brother got back from Marine boot camp. He said, now I can kick your booty. Didn't work out well for him. He bounced off from a flying kick. Oh, my goodness.
That's funny.
Oh, Jackie said, look, she's lost. Oh, it is Sydney. Hey, I lost 9 pounds so far. Good job. And he said, your lunch date is now canceled.
That is not Sydney.
Yeah, he said it's Sydney.
There's no way it's not him. This guy's 90.
No, I think he means it's Sydney. It's Sydney.
In the picture,
you can just cram extra bread down your throat, Jesse says. Plus, he's got the 12-volt badge from the range. Oh, my gosh. Yes, go lock up your chickens before they get snatched up by something. You never know. We've been losing animals this week. It's been crazy. But, yeah, no, Sydney got hit pretty hard. He got T-boned this morning. That's pretty rough. And he had animals in his back. He was taking them to a friend's. He was taking animals to where they need to go. No, you couldn't. Gwen said, yeah, you could actually see it in her throat. The grasshopper leg, which you
just got to get something that's heavy, like a piece of bread or.
Oh my gosh! Don't be that guy, Eric. It wasn't me. See, I knew it wasn't. Now you owe him a lunch, Eric.
That's fair. That's fair. That's funny.
Oh my goodness! Jackie said, "I told the doctor that wasn't enough for starving for 2 weeks." Hey, 9 pounds is a good start, girl. I say, be patient. Let your body heal and do what it needs to do. You're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. How are you guys doing tonight overall? Everybody doing good? I mean, we're just cracking up here. And poor Sydney got in an accident and Eric's laughing about some dude walking across the street and he's thinking it's Sydney. It was not Sydney.
I'm just not sensitive, I guess. Today's been one of those days for me. I don't know about you, but for me, I just at work, I'm just like a straight shooter today. I just didn't have time to be palling around and sugarcoating stuff. We got to get work done. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh.
You got to get it done.
Look.
What?
She said, no, those barbs will not go up or down. It was bad. I finally got it out, laid it carefully on the edge of my plate, continued eating.
Where exactly was the grasshopper though?
It was where was it? Was it in the the leg got like stuck on the.
I mean, technically, if you cleaned it out, it should have everything should have been gone.
Yeah, it's true.
Maybe her dad was playing a trick on her.
His dad, but yes, because it was her father-in-law.
Oh, I see.
That's crazy. Oh, Jackie said that's what he said too. I haven't been on BP meds for 12 days, so probably fluid buildup.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Say, let your body heal. You'll be good.
Let it heal, girl.
Yep. But that's good. You haven't been on blood pressure medicine. That's excellent. It was a wild turkey. He shot the turkey through the crawl. Oh, so I bet you there was like chunks of stuff like stuck to maybe when you were cooking it or something. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. I'm still working on laying a new kitchen floor. Some of the cuts are not easy. Yeah. Laying flooring and all that, not fun.
I'll tell you, that's one thing I really appreciate about down here in Texas, man. These people like to have their polished concrete. That's the way to go right there.
Polished concrete. I like that idea.
Yes, ma'am. You got some dust, sweep it up. Got some mud, mop it up. Done.
Yeah. What's your new challenge? I'm ready for what Homestead Hanging has a new challenge.
All right.
What does that mean?
Yeah. What's the challenge?
I don't know what that means. Yeah. Thank you, Scott, for putting up stuff like that. I appreciate you putting up those links.
I got a new challenge. It's called not trying to get tired of sitting in traffic.
I know. I'm sure it's been rough. You got home early today. I was really impressed.
It was 6:00.
It was before 6:30.
Okay.
Well, you got in late twice this week, like really late. Yeah. And then one day home and it was almost dark.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, Miss Tina Ladybug, how are you?
Did you say hi to Scott?
I did say hi to Scott, but I think Scott was out when I said hi to him because I just saw him back again too. Scott's feeling guilty. He's only here because he feels guilt that he posted a horrid picture of me.
Oh yeah.
See, anything for you, Mike. And he feels bad.
I can't believe he did that.
Bad now.
I would have never have done something like that.
See? But you're right. Those concert floods are hard on your feet. Maybe
floors.
concrete floors.
Yeah.
Concrete floors, concert floods.
The same thing.
Definitely the same thing.
Yeah.
Yes, they are hard on your feet, and I already have issues with feet. What?
I wanted to tell you, I was over at Mom and Dad's
cheese pierogies, baked chicken thighs with cheese. Ooh, rice cauliflower broccoli smothered home. What?
I don't even know what that word. What is that word?
Pierogies. They're like.
Is that okay to say? Can we not say that?
Yes, you can say that.
Oh, okay. Oh, Is she still making different dinners?
She's making several. Oh, apparently.
She's cooking for the next month.
No. Gillum Farms, Johnny said apparently the women are doing the no bra challenge. That ain't happening.
I'll tell you what, never mind. See, I'm just going to leave it alone. Better I'll leave it alone.
I have 3 videos and 3 shorts. Oh, nice. I didn't know that, Jackie. I'll have to take a look. That's awesome. And Scott said, I have 0 feelings, Eric. You told me to. See?
I told him to? I told him to?
Yep. Apparently.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Pierogi. There you go. Pierogies are filled dumplings made by wrapping unleavened dough around a savory sweet filling and cooking in boiling water.
I would try it.
Thank you, Jesse.
I would try it.
Haha, no bra challenge. Be no difference here.
Okay.
Just like the people were saying, it's all a new thing. Homestead's a new thing. It's not been a new thing for all these people that have been doing it all their lives. See? Gwen's not even worried about that mess. She's like, challenge or schmallenge. That's my life. No difference right there. Boom. Living that life.
I don't think it's going to be safe for some people, though.
He wants to know how the giant pumpkins are going, Eric.
Moving right along.
I might have 4 videos.
He knows how the challenge is
He does
going.
not have a giant pumpkin. He doesn't even have a little baby pumpkin. He has 0 pumpkin. 0.
We're waiting for the second batch
pumpkin
to plant.
Yes, and we're actually getting ready to pull out. I am getting ready to tomatoes look great. Yeah, we've got some good looking tomatoes this year. It is tomato summer for sure. Yeah. Eric, I have videos, so don't toss me under the bus.
I'm not tossing anybody under the bus. Just don't remember it.
She doesn't cook Saturday through Saturday, so I make 3 to 4 meals on Thursdays. There you go.
Friday through Saturday?
Yeah.
Or just Friday and Saturday?
Friday and Saturday. Hey, Charles, Fallen Arkansas Veterans, how are you? Okay, so yes, see, Gwen.
What?
They're the best. The Porter tomatoes. They're developed in Stephenville, Texas. Yeah.
Well, those are the ones, the rogue / bonus plants or whatever you called them the other day.
It is. It is a tomato girl summer. Tomato summer.
We're definitely enjoying the bounty of tomatoes. Last year was a nightmare. We worked very hard to get very little.
Yep. Well, this year I'm noticing my peppers aren't doing as well, but I also have a lot of weeds. The Naked Gardeners are about to start another wave of tomatoes. We are not doing more tomatoes. We're going to let ours just kind of do what they're doing. I thought about starting a couple in pots up by my house so that I can move them around and maybe keep them going through a little bit more of the fall, and move them into Gwen says I'm a tomato millionaire this year. But yeah, like he said right here, there you go. If the Lord lets the first one I got going grow like it's right now to October, I'll have the state record. That is awesome. I saw you weighing some other stuff in here the other day. I didn't get a chance to check the rest of the video, but yeah, we're going to start pulling out. We decided last weekend. Yeah, we're back. We got lots of peppers, but very few tomatoes. And see, we are getting tons of tomatoes, but not as many peppers. So you want to bring some peppers here. We'll give you some tomatoes. We'll just swap them out.
What kind of peppers are you looking for? We got pretty
one jalapeno.
Yellow ones. We got
one jalapeno.
Orange ones.
I'm missing jalapenos. I like jalapenos. I don't actually eat jalapenos like that, but I'm missing picking them. But no.
I don't understand that.
Yeah. I don't eat the hot peppers. I just plant a bunch of them. But no, here's the thing. Well, we are going to pull out. We're going to pull out my cucumbers. Cucumbers are done. I'm pulling them out. I'm over them. I'm going to make relish out of whatever I have now. I actually prefer pepper relish over cucumber relish. It's better. Zucchini and pepper relish is 100% better than cucumber relish. I may only plant 1 cucumber plant or 2 cucumber plants next year.
Let's
just
go.
For pickles. That's
Let's go.
Because I do enjoy them for the animals and stuff too.
You go crazy with cucumbers.
I only put 6 plants in the ground and only 4 of them came up.
Okay, but you don't need that many because these bad boys just take off like crazy.
Yeah, but last year they didn't do very well.
You were gone for how many days were you gone?
Yeah, they got bitter when I was gone. We have jalapenos and lemon jalapenos.
How many days were you gone though?
7 days.
7 days, and then bad boys exploded.
Yes, and once they go big and they get bitter one time, then the rest of everything on the vine goes bitter after that. So everything now has been bitter ever since I got back. So there's no point in actually keeping them for pickles. So I have to get rid of them now.
Yeah.
You're going to start another wave of cukes too. So good night, Lori. Thank you for coming in. We were going to start we were not going to start more cucumbers, but I considered starting the one that we really like, the Armenian. I thought about starting 1 Armenian plant and seeing if we can get that
They
going.
are delicious.
Yeah. So I figured if I started one Armenian plant, then we could run that one through, use that, and then be done. And he said, Lisa pickled and canned watermelon rind, and they come out awesome. Yeah, I thought about trying those.
Whoa.
You can candy watermelon rind too, and I know she has watermelon rind jelly, I think.
Whoa.
Yes, you can pickle and can watermelon rind. I don't have my own watermelons though yet, so I wasn't going to do it with store bought, but I thought about trying it just in case it stunk, and then I could just be like, well, it's store bought anyway. I was a victim of the pepper seed mix up. I planted jalapeno seeds from a package, but no jalapenos. Yeah, you got shishito. She got shishitos instead.
We had a mix up when we put basil out instead of jalapeno.
Armenian cucumbers are actually considered melons. Well, guess what?
We're going to plant melons.
They're great.
Oh.
He uses special fertilizers. Who does? I'm missing it. Probably Heavenly Hills. Does he?
Are you using fertilizers, Ryan?
21.94 is the record right now, so I really like that record just once in my life. You can do it, Ryan. I believe in you.
What is it? What does it say? What's it?
Oh, I'm not showing the chance. It's a secret. Are you talking about the big rutabaga? He had a rutabaga that he was going to weigh in, and he said he wanted to guess your weight. Y'all have enough kids. No watermelon rind for y'all. Yeah.
I don't understand.
There's probably nothing left. Wait, he said, yes, they are a melon. Armenian cucumbers. Okay, let me rephrase that for Eric. Lisa made watermelon rind pickles. Yes.
What?
Yes, you just take the watermelon rind, you put in stuff, and you pickle it. You pickle anything.
Okay, you can pickle anything, but that just doesn't make... Why are you pickling watermelon rind?
Oh, I didn't know you ordered the shishito seeds. I saw you planting them in the toilet bowl. And then I got jalapeno seed packets with bells and poblanos. Oh, okay. Good pickle relish. I think I might have a good recipe for that. I may have done a video. Did I do a video on that? No, I don't think I did a video on that. I just did a video of me doing... Oh, the pumpkin? Oh, it was the pumpkin when you're not weighing it. Oh, okay.
It's a secret.
Yes. Buy seeds and they're duds. Yeah, maybe didn't do it because it was all caps. I'll redo it. Maybe didn't get to it. What did I not get?
I don't know. Just keep...
Maybe. Pickled watermelon rinds is a natural bill pill, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
What's a bill pill? Oh, really? Oh. No. I'm going to look that up. After all those little lips have touched the watermelon rinds, ha ha ha. Yeah, I'll see what I got because I know I have a good recipe that I like to use. I actually, like, again, I prefer the crunchier relish because I feel like my relish that I make with the cucumbers it tastes almost more, it's just softer. I don't know. I like it when it's a little crunchier relish. So the cucumber relish isn't as great, but it's a good recipe and I've used it for years. So the rutabaga, 40 inches round. Oh my word. 118-pound rutabaga. That's stinky. Rutabaga stinks, I think, when you cook it, doesn't it? Please tell me you know that it does.
Yeah, that's the one with...
That's the stuff that I got. I got it at a farm back when we lived in Maryland. I was so excited. He did say blue pill. Oh my gosh.
Hey, did you know that...
He said Bill pill, meaning Bill Clinton.
I thought that's
but
what
you just said blue pill, so I think it means the same thing.
Same thing. We're right here. Right here.
Wow.
Did you know that an entrepreneur in Harlem during the Great Depression collected watermelon rinds from street vendors and transformed them into pickles that she sold along with pepper sauces and relishes? Very cool. I like it. Very random history. How exactly does he know that? Google. And he's really smart. He is. Jesse is really smart, dude. He's always got facts right at his fingertips. Facts. Yeah. Fast fact Jesse. Never had those issues before COVID hit. I think she's talking to him about something else. Never have seen or tried rutabaga. No, they don't stink. We eat it like mashed potatoes. Okay, so that's what I was told too. And I sliced up this rutabaga and made me some rutabaga cheese. What did I try? It was not good. It was not good. Not good. It was bad. My whole house smelled like a fart. And I said that because Jackie's right there and she needs to fart. Y'all need to be praying that Jackie's gas goes away. Lord, help Jackie fart. Yeah, how does that prayer sound? That's what you say. When you're going to the Lord, asking him to help
Dissipate the gas.
Dissipate the gas. Yeah. There you go.
Sarah made her grandmother's pickled watermelon rinds for a recipe last summer. Her favorite and nostalgia for her. Oh, I love that.
I love that too, but I still don't know.
Oh my gosh, that kid Jack had a 90-pound watermelon. That's a big watermelon. That's a fact, Jack, Abigail said. The most popular part of the watermelon is the pink flesh, but it's like its cousin, the cucumber. The whole thing is edible. That I did not know. I mean, I knew it was.
You can eat them. You can eat them rind on a watermelon.
See, I don't make dill pickle relish. I like sweet relish. So I always just make sweet relish. I don't really like dill relish. And that's a fact, Jack. I mean, Eric. Scott said Eric's in the house if it smells like that.
What? What is that?
It's funny. Hey, Ricky Ventures, how are you? How are you doing? Oh, I missed your message to Eric again. I got to go back up there. Hold on.
What did you do? You're on the wrong
one.
Get
Hold
off
on.
the mouse.
Let me go to this one.
You're on the wrong
I'm
mouse.
going back, Jackie. Hold on. Let me go back and look. Jackie keeps leaving you messages. Hold on. I'm going back, Jackie. Maybe you didn't get it because it was all caps. I'll redo it.
What are you doing?
I'm going back to Jackie's message. She said, Jack grows giant pumpkin and watermelon. Last year, Jack had a 190-pound watermelon. Somebody leaving? Okay, no, you're saying hi to Ricky. Okay.
I'm saying hi to my friend Ricky up from Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when we first started the channel, and he would come on and watch our videos, and his response was always hello from Minnesota.
That's always it.
So I started watching his videos, and I would say hello from Texas.
That's right.
Because I didn't know who the guy was. You know what I mean?
You didn't know who the guy was.
I didn't know who he was.
Okay, I'm going up, Jackie, to see your messages.
My grandmother used to make watermelon rind. Okay, we got that one.
I didn't see anything in all caps, Jackie, so maybe I'm missing something. Somebody used special fertilizers. I saw your video one. I didn't see what you were talking about.
Yeah, I think the Armenian cucumbers are pretty awesome too because I feel like it's harder for them to go bad. Like when we picked them that one year, man, they were sitting in their kitchen for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, they worked.
Does Eric like bread and butter pickles? If so, then he will like pickled watermelon rind.
Okay, so he doesn't necessarily.
Well, no.
But my son Jacob loves the bread and butter pickle.
Like bread and...
I'm gonna have to try that because it's sweet. The watermelon rind is sweet. I still can't find it, Jackie.
Okay,
I think
hold
because
up.
It was in all caps.
I'm gonna say that to me. Okay, I'm gonna be the uneducated pickle guy here for a second. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Pickles break down in 2 categories for me.
Okay.
Regular pickles and sweet pickles. That's it.
Dill and sweet. That's it. Dill and sweet.
That's it.
Pretty basic. You're just basic.
Okay.
Dill and sweet.
I almost feel like you're trying to offend me, but I'm not going to let you offend me. Because I'm having a fun time here. I'm not going to let you take that from me.
We've seen that. Grow Jack Outdoors. He grows giant pumpkins. That's what I was talking about. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Grow Jack. Yep.
But
we are talking about watermelon.
When you start breaking it down more, where you're like bread and butter and all, I don't know.
Bread and butter or sweet pickles.
There are sweet pickles?
Yeah.
I thought the sweet pickles were just the little gherkin things or whatever.
I make bread and butter pickles all the time. Sweet pickles. They're slices. Sweet pickles can be sliced or whole.
What?
Really?
Well, and why would you say that I don't like bread and butter pickles?
You like the sweet slices that we make?
When I was a kid, that's all I ate. I didn't like the vinegary. I didn't like vinegar at all.
Okay.
Can you?
You take this.
Yeah.
You're making me crazy. Dill or spicy. I do make spicy sometimes. Spicy dill.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
I don't know if I'd
They're never that spicy.
What are you doing?
I'm pushing it back. They are sour and you add sugar to make them sweet. I read it right. I saw it finally, Jackie. I saw it. Grow Jack. Yeah, I saw it. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Yeah, no, I make bread and butter pickles, and my one son, my 13-year-old, absolutely loves them. Like,
are we having another one of them nights?
It's a yawn night. Yeah, he absolutely loves them. Watermelon rind is not sweet, so you add the sugar to make them sweet. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to try that then.
I mean, look, if you want to send me some, I will sample them right here.
I love dill pickles, though. I like the bread. I like the refrigerator dill. Eric, stop thinking you were adding to the smoke. Wait, stop thinking. So you were adding to the smoke issue. Stop thinking because you're adding to the smoke. Lisa will send some of each. Eric, really? Oh, Eric will be so excited about that for sure. Sweet pickles all the way. No, all the way to dill or sweet weight. Other ways of pickles. I like dill pickles. I like dill in the refrigerator, like fresh, crunchy dill pickles. What?
No, I'm just listening. I mean,
I just can't find a good recipe for jar stable pickles that are still crunchy, like in the winter.
okay. You know how they say when you get older, your tastes change on things?
Yes.
Okay. So for me, when I was a kid, I didn't really like anything vinegary.
Okay.
Now that I'm older, I don't know what it is. I actually like vinegar stuff.
Yes.
So like regular pickles or dill pickles, I like those.
Mm-hmm.
Salt and vinegar chips, I'll eat them.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas when I was a kid, I'd turn my nose up to them. Vinegar on fish, delicious.
Oh, yes, so good.
Yeah. So vinegar is delish. Now,
Ricky said, you need to stop sending all that smoke down here to Minnesota. Air quality alerts all weekend. Well, we've been getting in the middle of the night, 2:00 in the morning this morning. I get up on my phone and I'm like, what is going on? And I'm thinking maybe it's an alert for my Life 360 or something. Maybe someone's phone's dying. But I'm thinking nobody left the house. So I pick up my phone. And of course, it's an air quality alert. It's a heat advisory for all the surrounding counties. And I'm like, at 2 a.m., you're giving me a heat advisory at 2 a.m.?
it's important.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people at work at 2 a.m. So Jackie's got it right here. Like, to me, this is probably why I never thought that bread and butter pickles were sweet pickles, because to me, I'm with Jackie on this.
You think they taste different?
I think they taste different. I don't know if it's because it's the whole pickle.
Could be. I'm gonna be wiped out. The good thing is our guests are very lively, and I think that they're gonna.
So we'll be able to just sit back and nap. Let them take
No,
over.
they're not. I'm not going to be sleepy. I'm just sleepy today.
So I bore you.
No, I bore myself.
Okay.
We made 14 quarts of bread and butter pickles, and 10 pints. Spent the whole night several weeks ago canning them. That's cool.
Do I need to get you some coffee?
I need to go get some caffeine. Mrs. Wage is the secret to good dill pickles. But will it keep? like Jesse, on the reels, when you guys can dill pickles, right? When you put it up, you put it in your pantry.
Put it up where?
Put it in your pantry. I said that. Put it up in your pantry. And you go get it because it's like December. And you're like chomping at the bit to eat you a tuna fish sandwich. And you want a good dill pickle to go with it. Not dill relish. You want a good crunchy dill pickle. Do you go get your can of dill pickles on the shelf and they're still good? That's what I need.
All right. So real quick here. She's asking you, do you like fresh cucumbers and vinegar with salt and pepper? Isn't that a pickle?
Fresh cucumbers and the vinegar or something. No. Pickles are actually pickled where you boil the brine and you let them sit in the brine. She's talking about fresh cucumber and vinegar with salt and pepper, like the stuff that I make.
Oh, like when you make the tomato, onion.
So I do tomato, onion, and cucumbers, and I put it in the vinegar, salt and pepper, and I let it sit overnight. And it's
delicious.
I think it's red wine vinegar. Red wine vinegar is
what
I use.
Whoa! We don't drink red wine around here.
Is it red wine vinegar or is it just regular vinegar? I think it's red wine vinegar.
No, it's regular vinegar.
It's regular vinegar and it's red. It's red onions usually.
Oh my goodness! So
anyway, we do like that. Eric really likes that, and that's been brand new for us too. I like dill and sweet, not bread and butter. Okay, maybe they're different. Sarah loves green bean pickled, one of her summertime treats. Well, I do have dilly beans in there.
Green bean. Wait.
Pickled green beans.
Wait, what?
Dilly pickles. They're called dilly beans. Dilly beans.
Why do I feel like I don't know anything? What?
I made the beans like I had it.
The Chinese red.
The noodle beans. They're beans, and I pickled them. Yeah. Is it the same thing? No. See, we use dill out of the garden. Oh yeah, so we use dill out of our garden too. How dry is it down here? It's pretty dry. We've been getting rain in waves. Okay, so it's been good enough. Here's how dry it's not, Johnny. We just got a phone call, Eric said yesterday, from our hay guy. Hey, Jake. We got our call yesterday from the hay guy that we had been using for years, who last year when he had hay, barely had enough for himself. Didn't have hardly anything.
He had 12 bales to sell to me.
That was it, the entire season. And normally he sells almost all of our hay to us. He called us yesterday and said he had hay available, more than 12 bales, which is amazing.
It's like 50 bales, and he's, with another good rain, he's going to have another good cut.
I thought you said 40.
Okay, 40.
40 bales. And so hopefully, Lord willing, we'll get a couple more batches of rain. Aunt B's kerosene pickles. I don't know about that. That sounds like heat.
That's what happened in West Virginians.
Yeah, baby eating stuff with kerosene. Yeah. That's some pressure. Look, they said 7 kids. That's some pressure. Don't worry, it'll be fine. You'll be good. We'll have fun. But no, yeah, it's not been super dry. It's definitely dry though. It's weird heat, and it's like this like muggy heat. It's just been really thick outside.
It's so humid that when Monica was going up north to Maryland, and our future daughter-in-law was coming over, her mom brought her over because they were flying out.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as she got out of the car, she was sweating. And I told her, I said, hey, just be warned. This is what it's like in Maryland.
It was nice. In Maryland, it was 75 degrees, 80 degrees the whole time we were there. It was gorgeous. No, it's so hot here that I literally pulled my hair back in a ponytail yesterday. I have, 35 years came in able to make a crunchy pickle and stuff. That's what I'm saying, Gwen. That's why I do refrigerator dill pickles. But yesterday, I put my hair in a pony. I got out of the shower. My hair was basically dry. Put it in a ponytail. And so it's just like this in a nice pony.
That's a nice pony.
It was a nice pony. It was just there, just like that. Nice one. I was outside for 20 minutes. Before I even walked back in the door, I felt my ponytail, and there was a knot the size of like my fist at the base of my ponytail. I was like, daggone it, I'm not going to be able to get this ponytail out.
You have little hands, so that's not too impressive.
It's a big against my head. No, I don't. Anyway.
Not impressed. Look at this. Would you try this?
I canned asparagus with garlic, honey, and dill.
I'd try it.
I do not know. Regular vinegar, cucumber, salt, and pepper, onions if you like onions. So that's kind of what it was, I think, Gwen. It was just, I think it's just regular vinegar, cucumber, salt, and pepper, and onions, and then we add tomato slice or tomato chunks to it. It's very good.
Yeah.
It kicks it up a lot.
Especially if you do like what are those Roma? The ones without a lot of the liquid inside?
Yeah, the Roma tomatoes. Yeah.
Yeah. Those ones right there are good for that. They're not a lot of flavor to them.
Yeah.
But it's still good, especially if you put it in vinegar. It'd be even better.
So Jesse says the crispness comes from putting in the fridge. So use Mrs. Wage's pickle mix, extra crunch. I'm going to have to try that. I mean, I like Mrs. Wage's for the salsa.
Right on.
So maybe the pickle stuff will work. I do have pickle crisp, but it's never helped.
Dude.
I got the best Lady Bird Johnson pickle recipe. And I think you put that on a video one time.
You know what I just remembered? For Father's Day, Caleb and Emma took me to that restaurant, and it had the hamburger, brisket with barbecue, and
sweet pickles.
Had sweet pickles on it. That was the bomb.
Yeah. Sweet pickles are ham too. And see, sweet pickles are good because they don't even have to be super crunchy. The best Lady Bird. I think you shared that recipe.
I feel like we've seen that somewhere before.
Yeah. Y'all never seen Aunt B's kerosene pickles on Andy Griffith? No, I haven't watched Andy Griffith in forever.
How old is Ryan?
Ryan has an old soul. Yeah. He has an old soul. Everybody from West Virginia has to be like up on their Andy Griffith and like certain shows. You have to be watching them shows. Grandma, like when you were sitting with Grandma.
Grandma, all she had was Price is Right early in the morning. That's all she had.
No, and she had that music guy in the evening.
The polka guy?
The polka guy, yeah.
Fat Joe or something.
No, there was a polka guy that came on. I bet you Ryan knows. There's a polka guy come on the channel, and she'd be watching that polka man do his polka dancing at night. It was awesome. Spicy bread and butter would be good. I looked over our hayfield today, and we were going to get a good second cut. I hit fertilizer just right. That's excellent, Johnny. Oh, I'm so glad because, it was rough last year. Refrigerator stickers say crunchy without Mrs. Wages or pickle crisp, but canned pickles do not say crunchy for me. Me neither. Again, I've tried I've only done pickle crisp with canned ones that I put in the shelf. My wife saying I'm being a slacker on watering the garden. Just take us with you. Put us in your pocket. Go water the garden. We'll be here to entertain you. Soak in icy brine keeps the crunch. Okay, see, I've soaked my pickles too. I don't know. That's the ripe tomato relish recipe, but she had a great recipe. Oh, yes. So we did have the tomato relish, the Lady Bird Johnson stuff. Oh, I didn't know she had a good pickle recipe. Lawrence Welk. She did listen to Lawrence Welk, Jeannie. That's one of them.
Who?
Lawrence Welk. I don't know if he was he's not the polka guy, is he? I bet you he was. Hold on. I'm going to look and see. Lawrence Welk polka now, because I got to see if that's a thing.
Yeah, so
where's your dad? He would know.
Jackie Saylor's asking, do you like coleslaw and barbecue sandwiches?
Yes.
And
yes.
I want to tell you something. My dad used to try to get me to when I was younger, Mom would make pulled pork barbecue and then homemade coleslaw, and he would always put it on top of his sandwich and eat it all together. And of course, everybody around the table is looking at Dad, and we're like, dude, what is wrong with this guy? Why is he doing this? And Dad's response was always the same. It's all going to the same spot anyway.
That is literally the best, though.
So I had one of our neighbors was a pilot, and he was flying for Southwest at the time, I believe. And so he was talking about this place in Tennessee
And Jesse,
that was so awesome with barbecue. And he asked me, he's like, "You like barbecue?" And I was like, "Of course I do." He's like, "I'm gonna bring some back." So he brought it back, and he said, "Okay, so here's the only catch." He said, "I'm gonna give this to you on one condition." And I said, "Okay, what's that?" He said, "I need you to go to the grocery store, get yourself some coleslaw. When you put this on your sandwich or on your plate or however you do it, put it on and then put a scoop of coleslaw on top." And I did it because I'm a man of my word. I said I would do it, and I'm glad I did. And I've never turned back.
Look,
Put coleslaw on.
Charles said I can eat my weight in barbecue sauces, pork, or barbecue sandwiches, pork or beef. Yeah, but you're not like a big dude, Charles.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, you're just
Charles acting like he's a big man.
You're an average size guy. You're just a medium size guy. You're not like a big guy. You're not like some hefty dude. You're not be eating like 500 pounds of beef. So, I mean,
I think it's still impressive. No matter.
I mean, if it's
no matter how,
if it's 130 pounds of meat. Okay.
Yeah. No matter.
I'm thinking you're like if you were a 300-pound guy, that would impress me.
Even if he was a 30-pound guy, would you not be impressed with somebody eating 30 pounds of beef?
I think your dad could probably eat 30 pounds of beef, though. I don't know.
Not one day.
I just love it. That's so funny. That polka guy is Lawrence Welk. Lawrence Welk is the polka guy. That's the dude. Yep. That's exactly. She'd have Price's Right and Lawrence Welk. Lawrence Welk would be at night. He'd be like closing down the house. And Brian said, "I'm 38 with laugh and cry face." I know, but you have an old spirit. You have the spirit of West Virginia. That's what it is. I can't do sauerkraut on a hot dog either. Sauerkraut on a hot dog?
But see, this is what I'm talking about.
That's the best.
This is what I'm talking about, though. When I was a kid, I couldn't do a lot of that.
Why do we always talk about food every week?
Because it's delicious. But sauerkraut, man, the sauerkraut and sausage that
like
Monica makes on holidays. Oh my goodness, bro!
Hey, Bushcraft family, how are you? Welcome in.
Let me tell you about the sauerkraut sausage that Monica makes.
Yes.
And because of her roots, she don't even call it sauerkraut. She just calls it kraut.
It is just kraut and sausage.
Kraut and sausage.
Dill relish on a hot dog. Delicious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm not in on the sweetness on the hot dogs. I'm gonna be honest with you.
They call it an all-American dog over at well, no, she said dill relish, but I like
sweet.
No, dill is like a dill pickle, like a dill.
Do you make that?
I make dill. I don't make dill relish. I make dill pickles, but I don't make dill relish. I make sweet relish.
Bread and butter relish?
Just sweet relish.
I don't understand why you keep changing the names on things.
Just sweet or dill.
Why can't you just call it bread and butter relish?
Because it's sweet.
You just said earlier that
Welcome to the Promised Land Trough live. Yeah, just talking about food all night long. Food.
Well, Miss Regina, I can't eat it all the time.
I could.
Really? You set yourself down in the pot, and then we're going to be talking about that bidet.
That's why you need bidets. They were probably on sale yesterday too, Jesse, and I should have been looking at Prime Day bidets. Prime bidets is what I should have been looking at.
Amazon Prime bidets?
Yeah, sauerkraut will never hit these lips or come to my house. I detest it to the max. Okay, Charles.
Mr. Charles. Mr. Charles.
Let me tell you, Eric had put a ban on sauerkraut for a long time.
It's true.
And then
it's true.
I made kraut and sausage 1 year.
Tell why I
because
banned
it's just too strong. He doesn't like the
stank.
So I made kraut and sausage like the way my grandmom did. And my mom.
But she gave you a tip of how to make it not smell so bad.
I never asked before that. I always just made regular kraut with my hot dogs. I never made kraut and sausage before that.
Yeah. But
so when I made kraut and sausage, I'd rather have a brat with mustard and sauerkraut. No, look. Sorry, guys. I cannot stop yawning. You rinse your sauerkraut. You rinse it. Rinse it. Yeah, like triple rinse it. And once you rinse it, then you put it in your crock pot or whatever, and then you throw your parboiled sausages in there.
Let's go.
And
it falls apart.
The sausage kind of just falls apart and breaks up. You have to parboil it first, and then you throw it in there with a little bit of that boiled liquid. You stick it in there, and it absorbs all into that sauerkraut. It is so good. Now, since I've been in Texas, I have not been able to find the sausage that I really, really want to use. It's sage sausage. It's sausage that they have in Maryland. It's something that you can get
regularly.
A lot of the grocery stores. Here they don't.
It's a
So
heavy influx of Germans up north.
yeah, it's the German influence, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, Jesse said the bidets were at rock bottom prices yesterday. I should have looked. Doggone it.
Darn.
You know what I did get though?
What'd you get?
I am so excited.
Wait.
I got a game cam.
Oh, okay, right on.
Very excited to get a game cam in tomorrow. That comes tomorrow.
Right on.
Because we got animals that want to like kill my animals.
Yeah,
so I'm going to put a game cam out there that I can look at with my phone. So I got a game cam that was on sale. I also got some Christmas presents for the kids. For the Englishmen. And then there are lots of Germans in Texas too. The hill country was settled by Germans. Yeah, but they're not here. Like, it's hard. There is a family that have a butcher. There's a butcher shop near us that are have a German influence, and he said he would make sage sausage for me, or at least the recipe that was in his cookbook from his family, if I had enough pork that I would give him. So I told him that I would work on that. I just never ended up going back to do it because I was just worried about it. Hey, Q, how are you?
This is how you do it, Ryan.
Dad would fix sauerkraut or weenies or sausage.
I mean, I don't understand what the problem is.
It's good.
I know. This guy wants to eat rutabaga, which smells like a fart, but he don't want to. He don't
He
want
said
to
it
eat
does
this.
not smell like a fart. Although I did make it. It did smell like a fart.
Smell like
And it
fart.
wasn't my children. I checked all diapers. I checked all people that didn't have diapers. I checked every person in the house. And it was definitely the rutabaga.
It was, yeah.
Oh, look.
That was when, remember the kid up the street was hanging out with the kids at the time?
Yes.
And he was all game. He was like, I'll try it.
Yeah, he did.
And he tried a bite of it. And he was
Bless
trying
his sweet
to,
little
he was
heart.
trying to be so
I was
polite.
like, just spit it out, man. We
Yeah,
all
everybody
are
else
throwing
was
it
over
up.
there like dry heaving. This guy
Yeah.
is over there like pretending
Yeah.
like he likes it.
Oh, look. Jesse said, I got a game can to put in front of my fridge because I have a 25-year-old raiding my fridge sometime during the night. Oh, my gosh.
Wait, Lisa's only 25?
She is. Yes, she's only 25.
I got you,
That's
Lisa.
it. I also got something else for Prime Day, and I'm very excited about it.
I can't wait to try our homemade kraut.
I don't have any homemade kraut.
It's in there on the shelf.
No, it's not good. It turned like brown on the top. I was like, I probably should have pulled that out months ago. It's been in there for like a year.
It's definitely fermented.
It's gross. It's not going to be good. Slovak sausage. Slovak sausage. I don't know about that. Where are we finding that? Slovak sausage. Slovacek. I'm going to write it down, Glenn. I'm going to write it down.
Well, they have
I'm going to look for it.
on the way down to Waco, they have the check stop.
I bet you I could stop. I wonder if they have it at the check stop, Gwen.
Well, you don't want to
check stop.
you don't want to go to the check stop per se, because that's a whole other different thing. But in that area is where all the check
people are.
Okay, I'm writing that, so don't let it go yet.
I'm not,
Slovacek sauce. Okay, you can go now. Do you think they would have it around that area? Hillsboro. It's in Hillsboro area.
well, she's down towards San Antonio, isn't
She's
she?
down far, but still.
Slovacek.
So why are you asking her about what's up here by us?
She might know. Oh, no, I bet you Jake might know.
I just made some German red cabbage sauerkraut that's about to be canned. Week fermentation. Ooh, okay. See, I've never really done it well. I did it one time and it was terrible, and I didn't trust that it wasn't good, so I just stopped doing it. Bavarian kraut. There's all kinds of people. Maybe Slovacek.
Wait, are there different types of kraut out there?
Oh my gosh! Look, Ryan said, "Warning: Do not eat ice cream and watch this live stream. I just ate a whole tub of pistachio ice cream." Yeah.
Hey, we aim to please.
Yeah.
How come every time we talk about food, somehow somebody brings up something about ice cream? That's what we need to figure
Or
out.
pies. Was it Jeannie making pies the one time too?
I don't even
Jeannie was
remember.
eating pies. Somebody was eating pies last week. I mean, people be eating.
Yeah.
That's because you walk in here eating stuff.
I didn't
right,
even finish
well,
my biscuit and gravy over
I know.
here.
Well, it is 9:00, and
Well,
that
you
means
also said that these people are pretty lively, so we're going to turn it over to them, and we're just going to kick our feet back. I'm going to finish eating my biscuits.
Well, you
and
have to
gravy.
tell. I'm gonna have to tell. You're gonna have. Well, I'm gonna introduce them, and then you're gonna have to talk about the first time you ever saw them, because you have the one you saw, which I thought was pretty fun. So, okay, so let's bring up. Are you guys good down there? Are you ready to come up? Are you good? Oh, we got thumbs up. Okay, we're ready.
All right.
All right. So here's our guest for tonight. It was lemon pies, and it was Jeannie. I knew it.
We'll add them to the stream.
Bushcraft
here.
What's happening, guys?
Hello.
Wait, are you putting them? Did you put them up in there?
Oh,
Eric, you
hold
didn't
up.
add
Can
'em.
you hear it?
There you
Yeah,
are.
yeah,
I
yeah,
see you
yeah.
now. Okay.
I think. Hold on. Our computer's about 8 billion years old.
Yeah.
Hey,
How are you?
doing great. How are you guys?
Doing good. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, this is Seven Kin Homestead, and it is Jason and Carrie, right?
Right?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's right-
so is it?
it's
Oh,
right
you wrote
there.
Carrie, Carri. See, I knew I spelled that wrong in that email. So I was looking for how to spell it, and I was kind of like scoping out people's comments before, and I couldn't find it. And I was like, I probably am not looking hard enough, and it's probably something. And I saw somebody say Carri, and I'm like, yeah, but is it really like that, or do they really know her? I don't know if I trust these people.
Oh, no.
So I just wrote it regular, like the Carrie, and was going with it. So now I know. Did we
And
jam up?
and
we're
also
good.
just to warn you, there's something coming around your shoulder. What is that? Is that a little dude?
One of the little dudes.
This is Jackson.
That's Jackson. He's
And now
got
is that your
exact
youngest?
copy around here somewhere.
Oh, you're gonna come over too?
We have the twins here. So that's
They're the
Jackson
youngest.
in Vegas.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
they're the
they are.
youngest.
They are definitely copies of one another. Look at that. Love it.
Yeah, we
Okay.
also we go out in public with them, and they'll be like, "Are they twins?" Like, no, not really. We just fed one after midnight, and then all of a sudden the next day there were two of them.
Boom, they just multiply.
I like how you preceded the comment that you go out in public with them, because with my kids, I don't take them in public.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it's a forced thing.
I usually take them out though, so.
Yeah, well, you take them. I mean, you take them to the laundry place, don't you?
No,
Dude,
Not these
ones.
guys. No.
No.
We'll find them in the dryer.
Just the big ones. Just the big ones. So you have 5 kids, right?
Run around.
Yep,
Yeah.
5.
That's cool. Very cool. Well, I think that was one of the things I thought was awesome, that you guys had such a big family as well. So I was watching some of your shorts one day, and I guess it had stayed up in our stream of things, and Eric was in the
The feed.
or whatever. So he's watching stuff, and he's like, oh my goodness. He said, I saw it was a short. This dude had a scorpion crawling. I watched that video. I was like, I like those people. I want to see if they can come on our show. And he was like, you watched that? And I was like, yes, that's why it showed up in our feed, Eric, because I had already watched them several times. So I went through the whole, you watch one short and then you keep scrolling through, you click on their name and then you find all their shorts and you start watching all their shorts. And then so then I'm like watching all of your shorts and I'm like scrolling through. I'm like, oh, good one. Oh yeah, that's good. Oh, I like it.
Yeah, it
So,
was
yeah,
one of
that
my most valiant moments, actually. If you remember, it looked like in the video that I took the scorpion and I flung it directly at her, but that's not what happened. I promise.
Yeah,
I
no.
thought it did. So I was like, where is it? Where'd it go? It's like over there on the wall.
I did one of these things. I got real, kung fu with it. That's what
It's
happened.
very ninja.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. And then I
No.
captured it.
That was very, very fluid.
Yeah,
like, Jason.
yeah, you want to be water. That's the thing, That's where you're
So
Yeah.
for those everybody in the chat that don't know who you are, can you tell us a little bit about you guys as a family and maybe what your channel's about? Good night, Ricky.
Yeah. Let me take a second and tame these feral children that we got running around
It's
here.
funny. We've been watching this whole time and no one's come in. And then the second
Yeah.
that we come on, they're like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, buddy.
That's how it
Oh,
goes.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, every time.
So we're Seven Kin Homestead, and I'm just gonna clean his nose off real quick if he's gonna stay here. And so we're a family of 7. We live up in the mountains on the border of Oregon and California, on the California side. And before everybody clicks off, where we live is
Wait,
very different than
Why
the
did
rest
you
of California.
invite them on the show? Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute.
You better stop.
Let me hit the mute. Let me hit the mute button.
Finish.
I apologize.
Real quick, yeah. You gotta do one of these. So we're up in Siskiyou County, which is if you took the next two biggest counties and added them together, Siskiyou County is bigger than those counties, and there's only 40,000 people in the whole county, right?
Wow.
So it's a massive. It's the second biggest county in California, and it's all cattle ranchers and there's like a little town's got 3,000 people in it, and another one's got like 10,000 people in it. So it's real little.
Wow.
So how much acreage do you have?
we started doing the. I'm sorry.
Well, I was asking how much acres? How many acres do you have?
Just a little over 3.
Okay.
So it's a little place, and we're up on the side of a mountain, so there's probably like 2 acres of it that's usable.
Okay.
The rest is just it's like makeup on the property, right? It's just beautiful, but is pretty unusable. So we're completely 100% off grid. We power everything with solar. We have to truck water in. I don't know if you guys saw the video about our epic water adventure, but that was a real good explanation of how things are here on this particular homestead. We originally moved out here in 2012 and really just focused on the off-grid living, getting our independence, freedom side of things until, what was it?
2019.
Yeah, the end of 2019, when I took a job back in the city, which was quite an experience. The day we moved down there was the day that California locked down, right, for the whole pandemic.
Yeah.
And,
That's an accurate
So
description.
goodbye.
Yeah.
It's goodbye zoos, goodbye museums, everything. We
Yeah.
were like, at least we could do all of those things, even if we were in tight quarters with people. And then it was like, wow, we can go to the park and shopping. And that's like caution tape all over the swing.
Yeah, and you had to like wrap yourself in, that pallet wrap stuff they have, where you spin the pallet. We just put one of those in the garage, and every time we went out, we just go on the pallet wrapper, and otherwise people would attack you and come at you with pitchforks and stuff. It was pretty crazy.
It was very ironic.
So then our amazing state, which always makes the best decisions for the population, and I mean, they're really on it, decided to basically regulate my industry out of existence right at the end of that whole ordeal. And we're like, perfect. This gives us the ideal reason to get the heck out of here and get back up to the homestead. And also feel totally free to just cut me off at any point, because I could just keep talking for it.
No, you're good.
Like how the one guy was talking about he could keep eating barbecue. I could just keep talking. And I'm a big guy.
There is a question here that somebody had asked.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are close to Mount Shasta. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about 30 miles north. Like, yeah.
That's cool.
Our property is technically on the north face of Mount Shasta, of the mountain,
Which we can see from our property. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
We're paying attention, but I'm looking at the other monitor because
I pulled up a map so he could kind of see what Mount Shasta was and where it was, where they are in relation to. So here you go.
Is our
Yeah.
lighting, is it really dark? On
In
your
what?
side? The lighting, is it really dark?
It's dark. Yeah, I'm looking at it on my big. It's not too bad.
There we go.
Oh, that's better. There you go.
Whoa.
Now you're blinded.
well, look,
I am.
if you need to turn it off to save energy, I understand since you guys are off grid.
We're at the time of the year where if we don't have all the fans on and all the lights on and the computers and the TVs and everything, I'm afraid I'm going to melt my battery system. So
you need to turn the lights on. You're good.
Oh, we're good. We're at the leaving the TV on at night part of the year.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
In December, we'll be budgeting the electricity.
That's cool. Well, I saw the one video. I think I watched the one where you were talking about the 5 things. I want to say it was like 5 things I wish. I'm pulling up your thing just so I could make
Yeah,
sure
I regret.
the regret. Yeah, the 5 things I regret leaving the homestead. And that was really like, oh, okay, that makes sense, because you were kind of explaining that, it was one of those things where you had to leave and then you came back, and it was kind of good. And you made a lot of good points in that too. It was very interesting to see that perspective too.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
So we got another comment here. I don't know if you know who this gentleman is, Heavenly Hills Homestead. He's like a record breaker with
He grows large vegetables.
And
fruits.
The Guinness Book of World Records stuff. This guy.
Dang.
So he
pretty legit.
He's all about, if he's saying you got good growing area, I don't know if you're interested in breaking records, but I'm sure he'd be happy to help you.
Yeah.
Nice. We have some pumpkins going right now.
Yeah.
See, there you go.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we're breaking any records. Right now we have some pumpkins that you could probably make some earrings out of or something. Take them to a swap meet.
They're so perfect.
they're little guys.
Oh yeah.
But we'll see.
So I was watching your live last night. So you go live on Wednesday nights,
right?
Yeah. Usually go live at what time? What time did you go live at 8? Was it 8 or 7? Is it 7?
It's 6 o'clock Pacific. So what is that? 8 o'clock Central?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
It was 8 o'clock. Whatever. I don't know. I was just sitting there. I was like, oh, 7 Kindle, and I'm gonna go look. And Eric's like, oh yeah, you're gonna go say hi. I was like, I am. So I was like, they were watching some stuff, and they were watching Duck Dynasty. It's their new show that they want to watch in the evenings. Because when you live on a homestead, you really do have to kind of decompress sometimes, and it can't be just, especially as a social media person, when you're always on social media, you can't necessarily go watch YouTube to decompress. Now it's more like you have to watch something different. So we went through an entire series on Paramount for the kids. We watched all the different Disney shows, and now we're back to Duck Dynasty is our new one we're watching now. So
nice.
Yeah.
I've been
so
watching,
let's see. Jesse says if you find an i5 chassis, you'll see our logo sticker on the car ring there, but I don't know who put it there. Wink, wink. Oh, he put something on their car railing on i5. Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, I think I know exactly. There's like a bunch of them there.
Yeah.
I think I know exactly where you're talking.
Oh,
there you go. No, you were gonna say what show you guys were watching?
Oh, I've been watching a lot of. I get up real early in the morning, and then it gets so hot. It's like today it was 103 on the thermometer, but with the heat index, I think it was like 200, 250, something like that. It's like I can boil water out there, no problem.
Yeah.
So when it gets real hot, I'll come in here and watch Curse of Oak Island, because I want to see somebody else aimlessly go towards their goals without ever getting any kind of payback.
Without reaching any actual solution.
Years and years and years at a time. You know what I mean? It's perfect. So it's like, no, I'm doing better than that guy. Like,
that's hilarious.
Yep.
Here's a question for you. What type of batteries do you use?
Best bang for the buck are the Energizer lead acid batteries, the Energizer 6-volt lead acid batteries, because you can beat the hell out of them. Lithium ion batteries, you can't have them freeze. Like, they can't be in low temperatures. They won't charge. So all winter we'd be without power. So lead acid's really the only way to go. And those we got 10 kW worth of battery. And I think it was like $800. The same amount for a lithium ion battery would be, $7,000 or something like that.
And that's for eight batteries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's good. That's what I did when I went back down to the city, was built, designed, sold, built, solar. So,
so that's
I got
kind
some
of your
fancy
jam.
papers. Yeah, that have my name on them that say that I know what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a little bit of paper.
And I gotta say, it works very well.
I mean, look at how bright we are.
I really want to turn that down. Like,
Your solar's doing great.
Yeah, don't mind my gut. I'm potato shaped.
That's
better.
Well, yeah, that's better.
Oh, there we go. Look at us now.
It's hot.
Oh, you guys are perfect.
Nice.
Oh, stop.
Well, it's so how old is your oldest? How old is your oldest and how young is your youngest for your age range of kids?
So Brooklyn's our oldest. She's 13. She's going on 37.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, you know what the best part or the worst kind of know-it-all there is
My
when
mother-in-law?
when they actually don't know anything, you know, when they're
My
at that
mom.
age.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
my mother-in-law might be watching this, so
Yeah. My mom
She's
watches this too.
Mine might be too, but I'm not scared.
You be
I
nice.
heard. Shoot.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Oh
man, put
my
your
word.
britches on.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, a 13-year-old, first of all, a 13-year-old girl, not always a bad thing because they do know
Yeah,
a lot of things. However, you mix a 13-year-old, a female, and the oldest of a group of children, it's a little
Mhm.
dicey. It's a little
Yeah,
dicey.
I love her to death. She's amazing,
Yeah,
actually,
she's-
and super cool, artistic. Yeah, she's amazing. And then we got Seattle she's 11, and she's also awesome, most helpful kid ever. And then Phoenix she just turned 9
on the 4th of July.
Yeah, she's a 4th of July baby.
Yeah.
And then Jackson and Vegas are twins. They're 5. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So all your
Sorry.
kids are city names?
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah. Yeah. After
Yeah.
the first one, we're like, let's just go with a theme. But then we never really thought that we were going to have, what are we up to, 30 kids?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. We
Well,
stopped counting after the third one.
I was just going to say, if you wanted some real street cred, you should have named them like Baltimore, Chicago, Philadelphia.
They'd be like gangster
Yeah.
children.
Yeah. Your middle name could be like MLK or something like that. You know what I mean? Like MLK Boulevard.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're on Decatur. Like,
That's funny.
Yeah. That's how you say it.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we used to always joke around and say 3 is for quitters. When we were having more kids, we were like, well, 3 is for quitters. You might as well keep going at that point. So then every time we got another kid, we are like, well, 4 is for quitters. We might as well keep going.
right. Yeah. That's the thing. And then, so we had 3 girls and we're like, oh, we got to try for a boy. And then we go into she, you know, gets pregnant and which
tried too
we're
hard.
still not sure how that happened. But
No, they tried too hard. Get it? Too.
yeah, too hard.
That was good.
Utah, give me 2. So we go into the hospital and the 3 girls were born at home, right? They were all born with midwives, and first one was a water birth, and then we had a pool for the second one, but we didn't make it to it, and she's
afraid to swim.
Yeah, she came out of the restroom and she's like, oh no, and I got her and I just kind of like did one of these things onto the bed. That was the end of that bed.
They were prepared.
Yeah. And those were, what's funny is with midwives, they were born in the city, one in Las Vegas and one like right outside of LA. And then Phoenix was born here in this house, and our midwife, when she showed up, you know, I got stories on top of stories, but when she showed up, she's like, we're going to deliver a baby here. Okay. Like, all right. And, you know, anyway.
I don't have that memory.
Yeah. She was walking. She was doing some walking.
See, you know, the problem with me,
and then the boys. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that for me, sometimes I like to take my jokes too far. If I had somebody come into my house like that, I would tell them that we don't have running water piped in yet or something like that. Just to freak her out, like next level stuff, you know?
Did you say, okay. So let me tell you something real funny about that joke. At the time, we didn't have running water. It was intense. It was an intense experience.
We're going to overshare right now.
Yeah, let's overshare. Let's just do it, right?
That's what this show's all about.
So,
this is oversharing hour.
Yeah, it's all about oversharing. You know, we do our videos. They're very like formatted and everything else, but on live we're oversharing. So yeah, she actually asked me, and Carrie doesn't remember any of this. She asked me, okay, so where's the water at? And I was like, it's in the tank outside. Like, you want me to hook up the pump so I could get it in here, or what? You know, I had a lot of fun with it because, you know, I wasn't freaking out at all.
This is new to me.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
So there's some things that we've never shared, even with each other. So
Wow.
this is like some
is
world premiere stuff right
fascinating.
here. But anyway, to make a short story much longer, we walk into the hospital when Carrie's pregnant with the twins, and the guy's like, oh, I'm sure there's going to be 2 or 3 heartbeats in there. Ha ha ha. He's making all these jokes, and he puts the wand to her belly and for like maybe does this, makes it look like that. He's like, okay, so I'm not joking. There are actually 2 heartbeats. And we're like, I just turned white, you know, like whiter, right? And
I had a feeling though, because I was so hungry, my eyeballs hurt.
yeah,
I'm like,
Oh
this is
my gosh.
different.
yeah,
There's something happening here.
yeah.
That's
And
crazy.
so then we went to our midwife that delivered Phoenix, and she's like, yeah, you should probably deliver them in the hospital. So we had to go to Oregon every week for a sonogram, because they were real high risk.
Wow.
Yeah. Lots of driving.
Yeah.
Lots
And now
of
they
driving.
take
That-
high risks, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they're jumping off of stuff and
They're
everything else.
boys.
So I feel like it was a theme to their,
Mhm.
yeah, they're little boys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
So
time.
So
what,
that's
what,
basically us.
what kind of environment is the location that you're at? I know you said you were up kind
On a
of
mountain.
on a mountain, but is it like a dry environment? Is it? I mean, I've never been to California. I don't know anything about the area that you're referring to.
Well, if you get past the homeless encampments when you're coming up our driveway, and then the protests that are down the street a little bit.
Also not true.
That's just your
we-
children out front, right? The boys with tents camping
Yeah,
out, the girls protesting, doing laundry, helping out.
Yeah, exactly. They're just
We'll work for food.
they're it's, you know, you got to get past all the pink hats and everything. So anyhow,
No, it is. It's very dry.
it's very
You
arid.
got lots of sand. The dirt is not sticky. It's kind of nice. It just dusts off all the kids' clothes. And it's all like lava rock. So and juniper trees. So it's it's very usually very
desert.
dry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just without the cactus.
Yeah. So
We have big plans to bring our own cactuses in. So, you know.
That's quite the feat right there.
Well, I watched your video with the dog when you got the dog, and I remember you guys sitting. That was the first full. That was the full video I watched of you guys. But it was funny because at the end of the video, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I just watched a 30-minute video." It went by really fast. Just so you know,
Monica doesn't watch videos. She doesn't even watch my videos.
I don't
They're-
watch.
it's
I watch
out there.
videos, but I have a problem with my attention span. It's like this big, and
I do
so
too.
when I watch
I do
videos.
too.
I do this like thing where, you know, if you double click a video, it goes faster and it fast forwards through it. You're like, click, 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 click.
Yeah.
So I am a perpetual double clicker. And I did not, I may have double clicked that video once, but I did not do that a lot on that video. I watched the whole thing because I was very interested. You kept my attention in that video. And at the end of it, I was like, oh my gosh, I just watched a 30-minute video? What in the world? That does not happen. So, but it was, you were,
Yeah,
I
that
like
was
the way
our little documentary.
yeah, I like that you did a documentary is what it was. Because like you were sitting like it's like you guys are like sitting on rocks, like just out back talking about the dog. And it's like the coolest thing. And then my favorite is when Carrie's just sitting there and the dog comes like walking up behind her and she's like, yeah, okay. He's part of the family. And the dog's like,
and this is him. Yeah.
the dog's just like there. You're like, well, I'm talking about you already. And so yeah.
Yeah, and he was
He's
But he has
also
to-
being very dramatic tonight. So
Well, it gives you a
he
good
came up
feel.
barking at us about it, which
it gives you a good feel though if you watch a video. I haven't seen it yet, but I have to show him later. But because that video gives you a good feel as to kind of what your area probably is like. Just I feel like you gave a good overall description of kind of how that looks. And I mean, it's kind of cool because, you know, I don't think a lot of people think of California as very mountainy. And I mean, obviously every place is so different. A lot of states have different feels. I mean, California is huge. It's just like Texas.
It's not as big as Texas.
Okay, but somebody will say of me in Texas, they'll be like,
Well,
you live in Texas? Do you know?
It's small.
Do you know
small.
such and such? Yeah, but somebody will be like, you live in Texas? Do you know such and such? They just moved there, and I'm like, no, I don't know them. I literally live in a giant state. I don't know them, but there's a lot of different, you know, there's like different climates here. There's like everything's so different. So when I saw your video, I was like, wow, it's really hilly there. It's like the mountains. It's like West Virginia. That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, we're at 4,500 feet here. You know, so we're above the snow line. We get good snow in the winter and everything. But I mean, from like end of July or June to October, we won't see a drop of rain. And it'll be 350 degrees the whole time.
Yeah.
Celsius.
Just sitting on the sun.
Celsius.
Yeah. Yeah. We're melting lead in our backyard for fun. Look.
Yeah, we've had some recent firsts, I guess, this year, which is not the hottest that we've encountered here, but Monica cracked the egg open on one of our videos and showed that it was partially cooked already because it had been sitting outside.
It was like a soft boiled egg or a poached egg. It looked like a poached egg. I was like, this is a little weird, but it had been in our house for at least 24 hours because they had gotten the eggs. You know, you bring eggs in, you put it on the counter and they just sit there for days or whatever. But that one was one of the newer ones they had just gotten within the past 24 hours or so, I thought, because it was sitting out. They don't believe in actually putting them into the egg cartons that I have sitting there. They just put them on the outside of the egg cartons and then lay them on the counter. So I knew it was newer. Yeah. So I knew it was newer because it was on the outside of the egg cartons. But it must have been sitting outside for a couple of days or a day, or I don't know. But when I cracked open, I was like, what is that? I was alarmed. So I was like, okay, that was a little weird. So yeah.
Straight to Eggs Benedict, you know.
Yeah,
Make
straight
some
to
hollandaise
the
sauce
recipe.
real quick. Boom.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Figured I'd get us back on the food train. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the food. Yeah, get back on the food.
We'll get back to the food thing again in a second here, but
Oh, don't worry. Eric's got a lot of food stuff.
Drops is actually up in Washington, if I remember correctly. And this is his question for you about solar maximum time and hours in summer and stuff.
For like an actual irradiance rating, we're doing like about 11 hours of actual charge, and we have 3,200 watts of solar. So, but we'll get 3 hours of charge in the winter.
So Cindy Brown is mentioning that she hasn't even hit 70 degrees yet in her part. I don't even know where she is.
Yeah.
How is that even possible?
Well, no, she might be in.
She in a cave or something?
In her part of California?
She may be. Maybe
She must be by the coast.
Yeah, maybe she's by the coast.
Oh, I see.
And Lazy Days Ahead said, "Quit bragging, Cindy."
Yeah. So then on one of my more recent videos that I did, we had an egg. I was in the middle of the shot, and all of a sudden, and the funny part about it was this whole video I had to fight these neighbors because they kept shooting guns every time I started recording.
Yeah.
I saw that one.
Okay, so I sat down and started recording actually in the barn, and it was an egg. An egg went off right by my ear, and I didn't have ear protection on or anything. And man, that thing was loud, man. I've never had something like that happen before, but it's just been really, really hot.
She lives by Pismo Beach.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, you're in the Central Coast. That's some of our favorite area to go to the beach there in Arroyo Grande, and
here you go, Eric, right here.
Yeah, that's beautiful country there.
Right here. There's a picture of it. I'll put up a picture for Eric so we can see. We like the beach. I like the beach. We grew up on the East Coast, so for me, the beach is like my happy place as well as my garden.
Yeah,
gardening and beach. Like I like sand. I like the beach. It's just nice.
You can't mix like those two things. You can't mix. and
Well,
so you have to do one and then the other.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. It's hard.
the more you know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the thing. I mean, you know, for us, obviously, like she said, where we're originally from, trying to do a homestead in that area of Maryland, just it doesn't work. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, we're kind of the location we're at right now is becoming a hot spot. So
Yeah. There's people building up everywhere.
It's gone from like a country environment to all
Yeah.
the suburbs are coming around us again.
Yeah.
So if you got like any
Yeah,
open spots
we had a
volcanic rock.
I'm sorry, you broke up there. What was the last thing?
I said, so if you have any room up there on that volcanic rock, let me know.
You gonna move to California?
Yeah, well, there's plenty of room up here, but one of the reasons that we moved back to the city was because we had there's like 2,000 properties around us, right? And in 1.5 years, every single one of those properties sold, but to illegal pot growers.
Oh,
right? And all from one community. And so they just moved in real quick and just put up their hoop houses all over the place and everything else. And we never had any trouble with them individually, but it was like, yeah, maybe it's time to go for a little bit and see what happens, because it was crazy. So but all of the people that are moving in around you are probably the people that we moved away from in the city. So
yeah.
I apologize. I'm sorry to my state people.
No, I mean they're not too bad. I mean, there's plenty of bumper stickers going around saying, you know, things like don't make Texas your new California or something like that.
Yeah.
Right?
But, yeah.
But I will say, and I noticed, let me see, Cindy Brown is mentioning here that she's looking for 40 acres in weed, which I did find that interesting.
I'm sorry, it made me laugh because you were saying about the pot growers coming in.
Well, I was going to say that when Monica was looking up kind of like your general area or Shasta Mountain, I did notice that there was a city called Weed, which, I mean, that's got to be the pride of California right there.
Aren't you begging the pot growers to come up there?
It's funny. It's not funny. This is actually tragic, but I'm going to try and tell it in a funny way. Okay.
Okay. Relatable.
So about 5 years ago, there was a big fire that burned through Weed. I mean, it burned everything down, right? And it was started by a homeless guy that was trying to heat up hot dogs on a little campfire in the middle of July, right? Which you can just put it out in the sun on a rock, and I mean, it's the best barbecue. It's like you ever had a red brick pizza? You know, it's like that real good heat. You know, that's what a rock does to a hot dog in this area at that time of year. So anyway, that fire started in Bowles Canyon. And so they called it the Bowles Fire of Weed, California. It was on T-shirts. I mean, it was all over the news. And the guys that are reporting on the thing, they're just like, "Is this right? This isn't right. What, you know, the Bowles Fire in Weed, California? This is a joke, you know." But
gosh,
it was a real thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I thought you were going to mention something else about the fire burning up all the weed in all the neighboring counties where it's high as kites or something.
oh, that happened too. This area here is what they call the tip of the Emerald Triangle, right? So all of the that particular substance that is grown comes from 3 counties, really. You know, now that it's all legal and everything, everybody is growing it down south too, but it's like metric tons. I mean, they got machines that move that stuff around. It's crazy.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm just sitting over here with my whiskey.
Okay. Abigail says, you guys do photography. I see a picture and a camera behind you.
Actually, that's our camera that we use for it's like our main camera for shooting videos. It's a nice cinema camera, and it's got all the bells and whistles and everything on it.
Well, you have pictures behind you too. So are they photos that you have taken?
That was actually a picture I bought when I was down in the city because it looked like one of the lakes up here. I just missed it up here so much when we were down there. I couldn't hang. So in my office, I put that picture there, and
Nice.
and now it's here to remind me never to go back. So.
There you go. Well, that was our daughter. That's our daughter, and she does photography. So,
cool.
she does some great. She has some great photography. She's been working on, and they actually went on a trip. Her and a couple of my kids went from Texas all the way to Montana. We're looking up, by the way. If you've ever, there's a map. We're in our schoolroom
Nice.
/ office / whatever we throw in here room. And there's a map on the wall in front of us. So that's why when we look up, we're looking up to look at where all the states. But my kids went from here to Montana and then back, and they got to go to Yellowstone, and they went to one of the lakes up there in Montana, and she just took some amazing, I think Lake McDonald or something like that. And she took some amazing pictures, and we were able to take some of those photos and put them on canvas and get them put up around our house. So it was pretty cool. So I see why she's asking when she's looking right behind you at that picture and then the camera. That makes sense. So yeah.
That's cool. Although I do love photography, and all of our videos I shoot and set up the frame and everything, and I love that.
That's cool.
She has a film degree from she gets all embarrassed when I start bragging on her, you know what I mean? And so like
Multi-purpose room.
You know, she gets all embarrassed, so I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, do it.
She was homeschooled, and I was talking about on our live stream last night that I really like her, and I want to like our kids in the future. That's why we homeschool them. That's why.
Only one reason.
It's the only one reason, and it's selfish, and that's it.
Yeah.
But she was homeschooled, had her bachelor's degree at 19, had a film degree. She traveled all over the world doing, sound engineering, actually, for
fun stuff,
for movies and stuff. She always used to make a joke. She's had her arm up the shirt of every celebrity you could name, which, I'm not threatened by.
Because she's sitting next to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've done cool stuff too.
Yeah.
In my life. So.
But I love doing this stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like
she's all about composition and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So this has been.
So where did you go to school? Where did you go to school, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, it's Cal State Northridge.
Yeah,
down
see,
in Southern California.
I think Abigail would have. I think she's really ideally, she's interested in looking into school or classes, things that she can take online for photography and things like that. So I've been kind of looking online to see what she could do, but I don't know those places. That's not my jam. So I know she's always kind of looking at stuff like that. So yeah, I always ask people.
Well,
she's
send her to California.
Oh, okay.
Not happening.
She'll get a degree in photography with a minor in basket weaving, and it'll take her all the way to the top. So.
Oh man!
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, no, don't do that.
Yeah, well, and our kids are homeschooled too, so she's had that desire for a while. And I told her, I said, there's lots of online programs, there's lots of things you can do, and she's really learning her craft right now. She's trying to really hone that craft, and so awesome. Yeah, I'm excited. So I'm like, well, just keep looking to see what you want to do, and maybe find some classes that you can take online and go from there. So
that's pretty cool. It's so great, the things that are available now. For anything that you want to study, but anything creative too. And what's nice is you can study a creative thing but not lose who you are, like when you go to the universities these days.
Yep.
I'm not just like
she says she's not coming to California.
Oh, okay. That's a hard pass. I like it.
All caps. Just in case you were wondering.
She's the only girl out of 8 kids, so she really speaks her mind. She doesn't have to. There's no, dilly-dallying or kind of walking around things with her. She's just like, no thanks. Good.
Although we do have a taker on the basket weaving, so
Casey's into the basket weaving.
This is how we keep everybody involved in this show. It's a little bit for everybody.
Yeah. Yep.
And I bet that there are some awesome YouTubers that have all kinds of stuff on photography and equipment that are like,
that are
would be
good.
very informative just to go, oh, I'll try that. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
And it's a great place to also learn.
That's how I've
Yeah.
learned everything that I know.
Yeah.
I could barely read, you know, before all that. Actually, when we moved out here, I could barely start a campfire. Like,
That is true.
it was ridiculous. We're working on a video right now that's been dredging up some like old memories that I haven't, because I've been doing this for so long that most of the stuff is like second nature. But when we moved out here, like, I couldn't start a campfire. I had to have a Coleman torch, like not even with a lighter, right? I have to have a Coleman torch, and like I'd do the TP method where, you know, like really build out the whole fire and everything, watch tutorials on it and everything. So pretty much everything we've learned how to do out here, we've learned or I've learned from YouTube. And I think that's part of the reason why we really just love doing YouTube, because it's amazing what you can learn and whose lives you can touch and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And because I'm only an expert in mistake making, that's what I make my videos about, you know. So
Well, you know, that's one of the reasons why we started our YouTube channel too, though, if you think about it. Because I mean, Eric had just been COVID canceled. His job was like, yeah, PS, we don't really need you anymore, but thanks for showing up all them times. And so when his job was gone, and it was like it was like the end of COVID too. It was like October. So it was kind of like they were over the mess of it, but it was at the end. So they're like, yeah, PS, we got through the worst part with you, but we're good now. And so we learned that there were things that we had been doing ever since 2014, and this was 2020. And we had learned so much from YouTube. And Eric was like, you know, honestly, yeah, exactly. Sherman's Family Farm said it. You know, there's a lot of people here, but we had a cow go down and we couldn't figure out how to get her up. And we were like, what are we going to do? And we called some people. We looked on YouTube. You know, I'm Googling and I'm YouTube searching how to get a cow to stand on her feet. Like, nothing was coming up that we could do. We didn't have all the extra straps and all the things that they wanted. And Eric's like, I got to get her up. And so we figured it out. We had somebody kind of say, well, if you don't have this, you know, I don't know what else to do. And so we kind of figured it out and we did a video on it. And I mean, that was kind of the start of really the passion, the desire to say, you know, it's not here. Everything is not on YouTube. There's stuff on YouTube, but it's not all there. Maybe we can add to it. And so we did that video. And then, you know, we kind of obviously started doing like, you know, the canning and some of the things we were doing, which everybody does that kind of stuff. But for us, really, it was, okay, here's what we've done. And here's maybe something we can offer you in case you're going to get into what we're doing. So I really have to say, I'm really thankful for the opportunity to do that. Like you said, to touch people's lives. And maybe, plus, I think I've met some of my favorite people on this platform, you know, just.
Absolutely.
Hey, Carla.
Yeah, absolutely. We had, when the twins were being born, we were dead broke. I mean, like you ever been like totally broke before where you didn't have nothing?
Yeah.
And so like, if you then minus like $20,000 from that, is like where we were when the boys were about to be born. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And we decided to make a Facebook group that we were going to use as like a baby shower, right? And we proposed all these games and we played all this stuff.
And people had asked if they could do this, and he asked me, and I was like, I mean, I guess like for that one person, sure.
Yeah.
I come to do one person.
Yeah, and then within about a day or so, we had to establish a PO box that could take all of the stuff, right? And by the time we got to when we were actually doing the live stream of the baby shower, you know, when we're opening gifts and everything, our front room was full from the floor to the ceiling, like no joke. And there's like pictures and videos of it online. We couldn't even move through our front room because everything we could have needed for twins, you know,
toys and diapers, and it was just amazing.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So we always just try and like contribute as much as we possibly can to the community, because they've just been amazing. You know, they've been amazing to us.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things where you know that God shows up when you don't really expect him to. And it's, he shows up in so many different ways through all these different people that you have no idea how it's going to come out. And it just shakes out so beautifully.
It was amazing. I mean, it was I know you could tell by looking at me that I'm a highly emotional person, but I was like, when all this stuff started coming in and I wasn't capable of producing these things for the family, I'm just bawling,
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. It was amazing.
Those moments when you realize too that, I was talking to my brother-in-law last month, and he has been living on, he has his own business, and it's been really difficult for them. And so he said to me, Monica, I got to the point where we were thanking God for our dinner a couple weeks ago. He said, and we, we're just, low on groceries or whatever. And he said, I looked down at my plate and we were asking the Lord we were just thanking him for what we had. And I was looking at our meal and I was like, thank you, Lord, for the peas they were eating. He named off everything on his plate, and he was looking at his plate and he was overwhelmed with the feeling of just thankfulness, because everything on his plate, they happened to grow or was given to them. So someone came to them and said, hey, we have a ton of tomatoes and green beans. Are you interested? And they were like, yes. So it was extra from a farm. So they had all these things, and he was looking at his plate and he was like, this and this, and he's praying and he's thanking God. And he said, as soon as he gets to his wife says, oh, and the chicken too. And he looks at her and she says, yeah, we didn't pay for this chicken. Back months ago when your parents came to visit, we went to the store and they had bought some extra stuff and they had put some chicken in their freezer. And so he realized at that moment that everything on his plate, none of it was what he provided. He didn't pour money into any of it. He didn't grow any of it. It was the fact that God had provided it all these different ways. He said it was that moment of just pure humbleness. And he was just like, wow, thank you, Lord. I didn't do any of this. And it wasn't that he couldn't necessarily, it's just that he realized that he didn't have to, because God already did. And he was already doing it before he knew he needed him to do it. It was just such a cool moment. That's what you remind me of.
That's amazing.
That moment where you just wow.
Yeah. It's really amazing. And I didn't even know what I had done to deserve it. You know what I mean? And that feeling too, and having a look at myself and go, you know what, I need to do better. I need to contribute more, and I need to be a better part of this community as a result of it. I think was, I don't know. It was life-changing. It was absolutely existence changing 100%. But yeah,
I think that unfortunately, and I'm not especially when we do our lives, I'm not a big person on talking about political things, because one of the big things about our channel that we try to push for is just try to encourage people and help them stay focused on what's really important. But I will say that when Monica was talking about that and some of the things that you're saying, it makes me think about how much all the COVID stuff really did strip people down to make them feel like they were less than anything, that they, right. And to be totally reliant on anything other than themselves or their families or whatever. I mean, it's just so, it's anti-American, it's anti-biblical, it's freedom to be able to help your neighbors and things like that. And that's what was just really pressed on people very hard. And and that's kind of the message that Monica and I always try to push out to people is, look, we came from I'm not downtown Baltimore, but we were close to Baltimore. We didn't have room to do anything up where we came from. And now God has given us this great piece of property, and to teach people or to encourage people to be like, hey, you can grow vegetables, even if you do live in a condo, or even if you do live, up in an apartment or something like that, because you can grow vegetables in pots or little planters, or what is that called? The Kratky method of
hydroponics, if you will. The Kratky method.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, there's just
square foot method or any of these other number of different ways of doing it.
Yeah, there's just so many things out there, and because of that and the way that they basically condition people to think, it just I don't know. It just bothered me when I was thinking about that.
It's
Yeah.
kind of where my mind goes when people ask me why we live the way that we do. Right. We bought this piece of property. It was a piece of dirt for $20,000, 1904, in fact.
Wow.
There was nothing on it there except for a bunch of brush and juniper trees. And I heard the statistic one time that if you took every man, woman, and child in the United States and you split up all the acreage evenly, every man, woman, and child would have 7 acres of property. Right. And somehow all the people have been shoved into areas, you know what I mean? Like certain areas. And I had a friend actually ask me, he's like, why do you live this way? I mean, we live in the city. We have access to medicine and we have access to food all the time. And the utilities are always on. And if we're being attacked or we're in danger, the police will be there like that, to keep us safe. And I had to just kind of think about it for a second. And I was like, okay, so you live in a place with you and a million other people, and you do it so that you have opportunity to have jobs, your needs are taken care of, so that medicine can be applied to you and so that you can be fed all the time. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, well, that's what ranchers do to cattle. And I can't reconcile that with how we want to live our lives. You know what I mean? We want some space and we want to create abundances and we want to have the experiences that we want to have. And we want to do it without having to work ourselves to death to make someone else rich.
Yep.
And that's really what it is that we communicate about on our channel, and show people that it doesn't matter what your situation is. You can do it. Yep. You can be wherever you're at and you can grow food. You can create space. You can have experiences. You can not be just jammed into the chute with all the rest of the folks. Yeah. So anyway, that was my pontification for the night. So
run around and play and have space.
And get dirty and skin their knees and
But in dirt and rock.
Yeah.
And man, that concrete is vicious.
There's almost no needles in our sand. So
I'd be willing to say there are none.
He's like, there's almost no need. I mean, no, there's definitely not at all.
Yeah. I mean, it is California. So.
Yeah.
There are none.
She's very firm on that. There are none. Okay. There are none.
There are none.
Well, it's always good to have your kids have that space. And, really as a family, it gives you a lot of pause when you go from a place that's in the city with your kids and then you go to the country and you're there and you're really enjoying that part of it. Because when you're in the city, I feel like there's always a lot of busy. There's always a sense of urgency and a sense of busy. And don't get me wrong, I like when my kids move because I'm a quick thinker and I'm a fast person. I want everything done now. I'm like, let's go. But I also I really had to slow myself down and be more intentional with the things that I'm doing, because I don't want my kids to feel always rushed, because that's not the life I want to give them. If they rush, they can rush themselves and they can do it on their own. And they can say, I want to hurry to get all my chores done so that I can play video games. That's when they rush. I want them to feel that like I want to do it intentionally, because I have a reward at the end waiting. And so I've had to be really mindful of not rushing everybody along so much. And you get that a lot.
That's even another freedom, is that you actually have the freedom in your situation to dictate the pace of life. Whereas when you live, we lived 20 miles outside of Los Angeles, pace of life is, 100 miles an hour all the time, because that's what's necessary just to be able to pay the bills. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And out here we can have those days where okay, we got to be on get stuff done mode right now. And then we could also have days where, yesterday I took a nap. Like I took a nap during the day. I mean, enough said, right? Like
That's a Sunday event. That's a Sunday event here, because
yeah.
all week long he's rush, 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 because that's what it takes to get home.
Yeah.
He drives an hour he drives feasibly, according to Google Maps, it would be an hour to work,
Right.
but it's called Dallas traffic. And so that 1 hour leads to be about an hour and 40 minutes, hour and 30 minutes, whatever. It could, some days it could be 2 hours. Some days it's 3, one way. And so he's
Right.
rush, rush, rush all the way home, and it's home. And I try to slow the pace down if I can, but there's always something to do. Always. Saturday, we always have, but it's been nice because we can set that pace. Like you said, Saturdays we can set the pace of, we have this chore list to do. And I talk about it all the time, but we have a chalkboard that we painted an entire, our kitchen has like this curved wall, and there's this section. It's not even a whole wall. It's like a half a wall, little space. And right off the curved section, there's a spot where Eric painted the whole thing chalkboard. So we use that as our, what do you call it? A punch
that's
list.
awesome.
It works. So he makes so at work, he's the manager, he's running the whole thing. So he runs these big high-rise buildings. So for his family, he makes our punch list, which is what he does for his guys at work. And so I tend to be a little bit of a rebel, and you guys so you love that idea. I think it's a great idea too.
It's a great idea.
It's
one of the best ideas of all time.
However, I am I'm a little jerk about it, because I don't always pay attention to the board. I'm like, yeah, Dad has this for us to do. And I make the kids do it, but I kind of get really rebellious, and I don't want to do it if it's on the list. I want to do things that are on my list. I am better about the list now, and I do the things on the list.
Mhm.
I just try to do them before he puts them on the list, so that it's not like he's bossing me around.
Yeah.
That's funny. I like lists. We're different in that way.
Yeah.
Where I like the lists and I put stuff on a board, and nobody notices it. But it's little.
I was going to
things.
say something, but I decided I shouldn't.
It's little things.
Jerry, look,
Just be real still. It's okay.
I just want to talk.
yeah.
I just want to talk to Carrie for a minute here. I feel you, okay?
Yeah.
Because I'll put the list up there, and as Monica says, it's blackboard paint, so
You have to walk past it to go into the hallway.
it's literally black, and then we use white or orange chalk on the blackboard. And so I come in and I look at it, and I say, "Oh, nobody got anything done," and they're like, "Oh, you put something on the list? We didn't even notice."
We look at the list on Fridays. Okay, to be honest with you.
They look at it on Friday because they know I'm going to be home on Saturday to do the work.
Right.
And if they were smart about it, they would work on the list throughout the week.
We do look. Even Abigail said, I walk past it all the time and forget to look and read it,
How do you forget to look at it?
because it's just it's there.
You walk around with your eyes shut?
She's just looking.
Our list is on a whiteboard, and it's as you walk in the front door, it's right there, right? And I'll walk in the door like this.
Oh, it's intentional? Yeah, you're not even looking on purpose.
There's lots of things. Look at all this stuff in the house.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, I get it. Well, I will say the kids are really good though. On Saturdays, they're really mindful, and they're like, okay, Dad, put stuff on the list. We need to make sure we get this done, because I think their intentions originally were, we want Dad to be happy with us and proud of us. And I'm okay with that mentality right now.
You might want to work harder.
And what I'm trying to do is instill the whole mentality of, we work for the Lord, not just for the happiness of man. And so I'm trying to, so that we've done really well. No, he's talking about it before. He's talking about it up there. We've been working really hard this past week on our chore zones and all their stuff. And the kids have been doing really well. But see, I'm a list maker too. I make my own lists on my own.
What lists are you making?
In my stuff, I make my daily list. I just don't like to advertise it, and I don't want to be bossed around.
This is the classic oldest child syndrome right here. That's what this.
I'm the oldest child too, so
Funny.
that's what it is.
That is.
I just don't. You don't need to boss me around. I am the one in charge of that.
If you don't need to be bossed around, just get it done.
You just told me to do it. I'm not going to do it now.
That's awesome. Yeah.
That same little shoulder neck thing. I got that too. So it must be a You know, it must be a oldest child thing.
Definitely. Yeah, it's got to be. See, look, John says Sarah's a list person and my list is sort of in my brain. I'll get to my list eventually. No, I actually have a valid list. It's in my planner. It's in my calendar. I don't always accomplish the things on my list, but my brain is going really fast. Okay. There's a lot up here.
I'll actually take the time. Yeah, I'll take the time to write out the list, and I'll even get on Google Calendar and I'll schedule out the next 6 months. Like it's the forecast is set, and then 2 hours later I'll be like, nah, that's not really what I want to do right now, so I'm going to do this, and then not a one thing gets done on that schedule. It all gets done, but it doesn't get done on the schedule that I set out. So when you're a teenager, you throw everything on the ground, right? You know, when you walk in your bedroom, you throw everything on the ground so that you can find it, right?
Yeah.
You know exactly where it's at. It's all right there in a pile.
I'm starting to like your wife a lot more, man.
I never do that.
It's funny though with Monica, because I'll put it on the list, and then Monica, it's almost like she doesn't really do this, but I can see her in my mind where she's like looking at her book and she's like, oh yeah, I got that on my list too.
I'm gonna do this one, right?
Yeah, if it was on my list and it matches up, I'm all over it.
Right. Yeah.
But if it's not, then I'll get to it when I can.
Yeah, I guess I'm the same way. I just like to feel like it was my idea. I think is what it is. But I know she can instill that idea. She like inceptions me, you know, to like, oh yeah,
I'm still working on honing that skill though.
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't quite tapped into it.
She Tom Sawyer's me all the time. She's like, oh, whitewashing the fence sure is fun. Like, you know. And then all of a sudden I'm whitewashing the fence. That's what I'm doing.
Well, see, my problem is I try to take all the stuff and I want to do all of it. So Eric was asking last night, he was like, have these rugs been washed out? Has this been, this is in my way. Can I take care of it? I was like, I'll take care of it tomorrow. He's like, you don't have to be the one doing it. The kids can help you do that. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And then we do all of our chores.
Like,
yeah, I do. We have a whole army of them, but I always like feel guilty giving them extra things because I've already like tasked them with other stuff inside. So I'm like, I can do that. And then it doesn't get done. He's like, why did we not get this done? I'm like, oh, I didn't do it. I'm sorry. I forgot because it's not on my list. I should have wrote it on my list.
See, that's where we differ though. I'm a delegator. You know, I've my whole career, I've been an executive, right? So I never really did the things. Well, I mean, early on I did, but I would be the one that would set the pace. And so I can walk into the front room and all the kids are sitting around on a device or something watching a show, and I can pull up that list that Carrie made. So, you know, for me to do, and I get those children on it right away. You know?
See, I can delegate. I just don't. I feel bad. I have this like guilt inside of my brain that stops me from doing it. So like I'll delegate one round of something, and then I have immediate like mom guilt somewhere in there that's like, you're asking a lot of these kids. And I'm like, you're right, I am. And then I just I talk myself out of that real fast. I think maybe
you know what I found? I'll ask the kids one thing at a time. If there's like 3 things I need them to do, I will not ask 3 things. I will ask 1. And I'm like, oh, awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, you know what? Could you also, or it'll be, hey, I need to do a couple things. Can you like take the trash out? And until that's done, then it's like, okay, here's the next thing. Can you like, you know, get the this or the that for your brother? Or can you straighten up right over here? Yeah. Or why is that's yours? I need you to get off my bed.
Yeah, you know? she Tom Sawyer's them too. You know,
but I noticed things get done when it's one. Yeah. If it's like very direct and one thing at a time, it works best for him as well. It does. It does. It does.
Yeah. I lose my focus too fast. I'll be like, I need to tell you the 3 things that are in my mind for you to do. And if
or you could write it on the board.
I don't know what's on the board.
You see how this works? It's amazing.
I don't want to write on the board. That's your job.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Is that you're still writing on the board? Because me, I have given up. Now the only thing that's on the board is like words that you said that you wanted to, like my kids, you know, okay, here's some spelling words you wanted. You're like, I have trouble. here's the months, here's the days of the week, here's like certain things we need to remember that are happening, and like the day of the week and the date and stuff.
Yeah.
And now I'm
So-
like, I just
So basically, what you're saying is Jason broke you.
The
And my
children. The children.
yeah, everybody.
The
I'm like,
children.
whatever. That's why it's one thing at a time. I don't even write it down anymore.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Hey,
Well, Eric
gotta-
still writes it
you
in,
gotta do
but
what works.
the best part is, and my favorite part about him writing on this board is that he's a lefty. So as he's writing on the chalkboard, it's like a struggle.
Erasing. Yeah.
So
That's
it's like
not true.
he's like, yeah. I watch him like try to make sure he's lifting his hand up just right so he doesn't.
Oh, so you think it's funny to watch me struggle? Is what you're saying? Wow.
Because like chalkboards are not made for lefties. Like he should have learned to write this way if he was going to write on a chalkboard. Like I feel like it's so backwards.
Well, we're
So
not.
he's like trying to like write with his arm, like he has to write straight up and down, and it's so like satisfying when he's finally done. I'm like, good job. That's pretty awesome that you didn't erase it the whole time.
So what I'm hearing is you guys stand behind me and laugh at me while I'm trying to write.
No, just me, not the kids. The kids don't do that. I would never let the kids laugh at you.
Right.
Well,
I
when it
got
comes to
that.
that, anyway.
But we can take digs. We can take each other down a peg or two. You know.
Yeah, that's between us. I
know?
laugh.
This is to the chalkboard makers,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the inventors, you know,
And,
like they were
and I
really
think
thinking
can
about it.
openers and a bunch of other stuff that wasn't made for the left-handed, left. You know,
The
One of our
left
twins is a
society.
lefty, so this will be fun.
it will be fun.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's after 10 o'clock. We are really we try to stay really good on time because Eric
Yep.
does have to work in the morning and he used to have to get up early. So thank you so much for coming tonight and sharing with us. I hope you guys had a good time. I knew
we had a
it was
great
gonna be fun. I knew we were gonna be able to laugh. And see, I didn't yawn like at all. See that? Maybe you do for me. I'm sorry.
Nice.
Well done, guys. Hey, who
Well, thank
likes
you very much.
Hey, who likes organized Californian friends?
Farmers. do.
Everybody's got to have at least one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody has to have at least one, and farmers' wives do too. Thank you guys
Yep.
so much. We really appreciate you guys for
Thank you.
coming in. And thank you everybody in the
Yeah,
chat. Make sure you go check out their page, and go check out their stuff and go give them some love. Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank
See ya.
you.
Cool.
Thanks
Thank
for having
you.
us.
Everyone have a good night.
See you later, guys.
Bye.